Hey y'all, happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Child, I've been trying to get online all day. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay, right? Hey Davna, hey Sugar Plum, hey Triple Darkness, hey Angie C, hey Journey. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. I know I did. It was pretty decent weekend weather wise or whatever. And so it was good. So anyway, child, um, y'all know I be taking time off, and so I was sifting around YouTube this morning. The first thing, oh y'all, please hit the like button if you don't mind. Thank you so much. The first thing I came upon, well, I came upon a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about, right? So the but the first thing I came upon, and I forgot to put in the title, was Child YTC was over there cussing, not cursing, but cussing Trish out. I said, "Oh my goodness!" I was like, she couldn't even do her what do you call her recaps for for cussing Trish out. Child, I was getting my whole life. I said, "What in the world is going on, child?" And so, but from what and Trish, she been going strong in the news since like by the end of last week or something when she was talking about that invisible Belize trip. Now I'm assuming she rubbed, but now I'm also assuming that her and YT Cameras, got history or whatever, right? So she over there cussing her out. But I think what pushed YTC over the edge, and she doesn't do it a lot, but when she do it, I ain't never seen her do it like this, right? But I guess what pushed her over the edge is when Trish mentioned her and that the whole Donna Goins saga, right? I was like, baby, YouTube cameras was not letting it go. Trish, she drugged you in your purple panties. She said you was drooling in some purple granny panties. I bet I said not drooling in the purple granny panties, child. I said, Trish, I said to myself, Trish, whatever you did to YouTube cameras, you might need to leave her alone, okay? Because she is not good, honey. She was cursing. She was talking about I think she said somebody don't know how to she don't know how to not enunciate, right? But baby, she said she was enunciating those cuss words very well. Okay, she was enunciating those purple granny panties very well. She was enunciating the fact that you was drooling very well. Okay. I said, honey, that was a roaster gag and a drag. Go ahead on YouTube cameras. Do your thing, girl. I ain't even mad at you. But baby, she wasn't letting that go. I was getting my whole life. I said, Trish, you might need to stop now. Okay, homegirl. Oh, and I also heard in other Trish news, well, she had the nerve to say that Jay Wilson doxed her. Now, I was sifting around the sector. Hey, Diamond B. And I heard Trish say, now it was, I know that Sir King was questioning her when she said that, I guess they was asking what school she attended or something, university or whatever. And she said she went to Berkeley, right? Now I heard this too. And then Sir King on it almost lost it. He was like, Berkeley, where? Do you even know what Berkeley is? You not expect whatever it was. He kept on questioning, right? Wouldn't she let it have Diamond B? I was like, baby, she would not let it go. I just get my whole life. Got a good little kiki on this there because Trish, she cussed you slap out, girl. Okay. She slapped you around like a roly poly doll. She slapped you around like an unwanted stepchild, right? She slapped you around like Cinderella's sisters used to do Cinderella. She slapped you back into reality, probably, right? You might need to get back on your meds, Trish, and leave her alone, right? So, so anyway, That was funny. But like I said, she was enunciating those cuss words very well. But as far as Trish go, also, she had the nerve to say Jay Wilson doxed her. Girl, Jay Wilson did not dox you. You said out of your mouth that you went to Berkeley. Come to find out, you didn't even know where Berkeley was. Now, Jay Wilson was just simply pointing out the fact that which Berkeley were you supposed to have graduated from? All right, he did not dox you. You told that lie yourself. It came out of your own mouth, right? So I was like, the nerve of this heifer, right? So who knows? I mean, she just lie on top of lie. And then the thing about Trish, y'all, I told y'all somebody needed to tell the Mo3 sector about Trish and whoever, but the B sector know it, right? The thing is, Trish, you be believing that stuff, don't you, girl? You be you be believing it. See, that's what y'all don't know about her. She be believing that. That's her mental illness. That's what she offer meds. She offer rocker. She offer game and she offer everything else. And plus, Trish, you be going around. You don't want to be going around trying to holler at and take ownership of these men's on here, right? Hey, Pepper. Right, she believes her lies, right? Absolutely. She absolutely believes her lies, right? And anybody believing something about a Belize trip, like I said on my video I did last week, I got a Brooklyn Bridge that I want to say. Hey, just Krista, girl, Krista, I'm gonna need you to hit my link. I need to drop it because I need to tell you something. I would really like to tell you. I would really like for you to hear me, and I want to talk to you face to face, right now. Uh, But anyway, but Krista, let me know if you can hit the link, girl. Right. So, but as far as Trish, girl, now they call you Trashy Trish. I guess they all call you Trashy Trish. Trish, cause they said you had on big old purple granny panties. Okay, one eye blindfold, big purple panty wearer. One eye blindfold, big purple panty wearer, and you drooling the boot, girl. You need to stop. I remember when you was around to call yourself doing exercises for the men's child. You always claiming some man on here on YouTube, child, and talking about you got a husband. So you done told that lie so long. I bet you believe Krista. I bet Trish be around there talking to this invisible man, and that supposed to be her husband, right? But it's probably really schizophrenia or something. Child. Okay, I'm gonna drop it in a minute, Chris, because I want to talk to you about this, child. But Trish, whoever that man is that you talking to, it's just her, girl. It's just her. Open your eyes, girl. Open your eyes. But anyway, move right along. I want to talk. I'm going to drop this link because I want to talk to Krista. Because I got a good little kiki out of this too. Let me try to copy this link, child. Hold on. I'm going to drop it right now, Krista. Because, child, oh, and it also goes to my what you call it, part of the video. Let me try to post it. Did I get it? Hold on, Krista. Let me try. Okay, yeah, I got it. I got it. Will somebody please, if y'all don't mind, hit the like button? And I don't have Dr. Soapy in here, but I need somebody to type the title of my video in the chat. I'm on the phone and I can't see the title of my video. Hey Betty Boo, I can't understand how she married. Get on YouTube 29 hours a day flirt room. I'm telling you, she married to anybody, it's an invisible man, child. Okay, now she probably believed that lie too, because she really is sitting in her house. She got two chairs at the table, and she thinking it's some man in that other chair, but it's really the only man she got in that chair is in her mind. Okay, y'all know she believe her lies, all right? And she gonna fly all the way to Belize in her head, all right? And everybody else is gonna beat her. Y'all please hit the like button. Krista, hit the link anytime. Krista, hit the link anytime you want to. Hey, Diamond. Oh, here she go, y'all. Hold on. Let me make sure it's like I said, can somebody please, if y'all don't mind, type the title to my video so I won't forget nothing, okay? Hold on. Christy, is this you?
Yes, it's me. Oh,
Hey,
Jesus, the
girl.
list.
Child, I know, right? Let me get him off here. Right. So since you popped, I'm so glad you hit the live. I'm like, let me go and talk to Krista right now since she
Yeah,
down
I
in
had
the
just
chat.
came out the kitchen, girl. I had got me a yogurt and me some strawberries. I said, "Well, let
All
me see
right.
who on." And I
Girl.
said, "Oh, my girl on. Wait a minute, hold on. And my
Yes.
name in the title. Click."
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let me tell you why your name was in the title, child. Right. I'm gonna
Okay.
hip you the game, right? You probably already realize this, but in case
Hmm.
you don't, you
Okay.
don't suffer from narcissism, so you may not realize what's going on. Okay, but I'm finna
Hmm.
tell you, right? So I
Hmm.
was listening around there to Pizarro's live. You were on there earlier. Was that today? You
Yes, I
you was
was up
on
there.
there today. Yeah, and I heard you,
Yeah.
and you might and forgive me if correct me if I'm wrong, but you was basically saying that the Lemonettes and whoever are following you around to other places. They dropping down, just pretty much
Mhm.
following you around. Still
Yeah.
worried about you and Lemon. And I
Yep.
heard something about Pizarro was wanting you and Lemon to get back together, and they even was trying to comfort her around her to Lemons. Am I right about that?
Yeah, you're right.
Because
Hmm.
she was wanting you and Lemon to get back together, or at least come back to his channel or whatever, right? And then you was
Right.
like, "Hey, soul sister," and you was like, "Oh, thank you, Betty Boop, thank you so much." I don't want to forget that because it's something really
Hmm.
important I got to talk about on the two thing. But anyway, I said, you know what? The reason why they bothering with you, Kristen, this is why I want to hit you with, well, want you to hit the link. Child, the reason why them lemonettes and them lemon trolls won't leave you alone, and the reason why they was about to attack Pizarro and folks were, and
Hmm.
then I think I heard Pizarro said one of them said that they was triggered by you or whatever, and all of this and all that. I guess just the thought of you
Yeah.
coming back over there with Lemon, and then they try to use excuse, which is only excuse in my opinion, that well she called him a PDF file, and now that ain't what's going on. That ain't why they don't want you back over there, Krista. Okay, the reason why
Hmm.
they don't want you back over there, Krista, is because they are intimidated by you. Okay,
Yep.
they are
Hmm.
intimidated by Krista. Now you do realize this, right?
Yep. Hmm.
And the reason
Hmm.
why they follow you from sector to sector and chat to chat and wherever, they figure if they be on you long enough, you know, you will leave Lemon alone. They feel like they're running you off. And they really feel like if they keep on you long enough, you'll just leave off of YouTube, right? So they don't know
Yeah.
you've been on here so long, you ain't going nowhere, right?
Right.
And you can handle the
Right.
pressure. But in their mind, these male identified heifers just searching, just running after Lemon, and Lemon ain't running after them. It ain't got nothing to do
Mhm.
with a PDF file. It's got something to do with the fact they feel intimidated by you, right? And so
Yep.
they doing whatever they can to keep you and Lemon separated. All right.
Yep.
Now,
Hmm.
in my opinion, Lemon's channel start going downhill. Number one, when he got rid of you, right?
Yep.
And number two, when he start letting beans and cornbread and all the rest of them kind of really like no matter what he say or no matter what he really want to do, because he know that the back and forth that you and him had was good for his channel, right?
Right.
But they got on him so bad they like a bunch of chicken heads, right? They just kept picking and kept picking and kept picking.
Hmm.
And some chickens, you see, you got different type of chickens, right?
Hmm.
You got here's the thumbnail. Did you see my thumbnail? Now you got
Uh,
some chickens
I
that
think
are
I
very
did.
clean, right? You got
Hmm.
chickens that will only eat chicken feed, right? And
Hmm.
then you got the raggedy, skimpy chicken heads that are only able, they're too weak to get the good feed, so they eat the leftovers. And while they in
Hmm.
the process of eating the leftovers in order to stay alive, they're eating chicken shit, and everything else. Okay.
Right.
Now the ones that you fooling with, now you probably don't know this nothing about this because you're from upstate New York and I'm from the country, but I'm telling you, right?
Uh-huh.
Now the ones that you dealing with is them chicken heads that's used to eating chicken shit, right? And that is why they are intimidated by you, honey, because you are one of the chickens, right? You only eat the feed, right?
Hmm.
And they only get the feces. Now that's what's that's what's
Hmm.
going on. Now
So
that's
you
the
saying
best
they full of
analogy.
shit?
They full of
Cause
shit. Exactly. Absolutely. Ain't that how Lemon said?
I
Well,
kind
I
of
was wondering
figured
if you was
that's
gonna catch on to that or not, right? They full of
yes.
shit. Right. So I really feel messy today. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But
That's okay. Hmm.
and the reason
I
why they full
agree.
of shit is because they are so intimidated by you. They trying to use any excuse in the world other than acknowledging the fact that they are intimidated by Krista. They can't stand because Krista was once Mrs. Lemon. They can't stand by the fact that Lemon done showed Krista his tallywhacker on several occasions. Uh, they can't stand by the fact that they
And that
can't stand
tattoo
for the
that ain't nobody else seen.
okay. They can't stand for the fact that I think on some level, be it toxic or not, that you and Lemon really had something. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
Some
yes.
kind
Mhm.
of attachment to one another, right?
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
because of that, they saw fit to untangle it. Because you got a lot of old women around there that started fantasizing. They figured, I think they really feel like they had a shot because Krista had a shot,
Yeah.
right?
Thank you,
You know
Miss
what I
Olivia.
mean?
Thank you. Yep.
And so
I
even to
agree.
this day, you got your beans and cornbreads and all them old broads around there, even
Hmm.
Lolo doing whatever they got to do just to be up
Girl,
under Lemon's
okay.
nuts, right?
Okay.
Under his nut sacks, giving them they money, worried about him. Talking about son, he remind me of my son. Girl, no, he don't. He don't
Mm-hmm.
remind you of your son. He'll remind you of a love interest, okay?
Yep. Yep.
Problem is the reason why they still following you around, the reason why you don't and anybody that say they want Krista and Lemon to get the back together, even they'll start attacking them, is because they know that if Krista ever did get back with Lemon, that connection, whatever it is, and the
Mm-hmm.
only reason why he started dragging you and disrespecting you in the first place is because they was paying him big dollars, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now another
Yep.
reason why where he went wrong on his channel because we know this in a decline or whatever, we know all the things that's gonna happen, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that is his fault. He ain't got nobody to blame but himself. It's his channel, right? He let them
Mm-hmm.
old hens start paying him and paying him and paying him, and the more they paid him, the more he started to acquiesce towards them, right? And so he
Yep.
got used to the coins and all of this and all of that. And he was after the paper chase, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the only reason why he started turning on you, right? Because you best
Mm-hmm.
believe me, you are the best beard he ever had. Now I know even to this day, okay, you
I
go
knew
back
it
and
was
forth.
coming. I knew you was
Yeah, child, you say you don't see him in that way, and you ain't the only one of them over there that say they don't see him in that way. But child, you that way. But anyway, that's besides that. A girl got a dream. If they want to dream, if you want to dream, okay, dream a simple fantasy, okay, that
Mhm.
y'all wish was reality. All right, you remember that song? A dream, a simple fantasy that
Yeah.
I. You remember that song? Wish
Hmm.
was reality. But anyway, that's what's going on, right?
Nice voice.
Hey, what a man.
Sing, yeah, sing that
Girl.
song.
But anyway, that's why I mean, like, I was like, I'm going to tell Kristen, girl, they is intimidated by you.
I
That's the reason
know,
why they
because I
keep
don't
to the
even go
point to
over
where
there
you
and
said,
say anything. I don't even be
yeah,
over there really saying anything.
I
I
know.
speak mostly
Yeah,
when spoken to. I was just over there just hanging out with him because that was basically the only time that we would really have time to hang out because he'd be online so long,
right.
you
And then
know?
check it out, though. Oh, you made me forget what I was gonna say. But yeah, you're
Oh,
right. It was something. It was good too, Chris. It was good, good, good. Oh
gotta open
my
up my mouth.
God. Oh Lord, Lord.
Yep.
But anyway, it's the age. It's the age, child. It's the age.
I
Blame
know
it
I
on the
do it all
age.
the
Blame it
time.
on the
I think
age.
I didn't have one in every video. The last 3 videos I didn't did. I'm like, Lord Jesus, what was I talking about? This
I know.
old age.
I be getting them brain farts. Let me read this. Hey everybody that came in. Would y'all please hit the like button? Give me to
Hey,
100 likes.
everybody.
I appreciate it. Journey said, if you say so, girl, I say so. This is just my opinion, right? Machiavelli, who said, ugh, Miss O, no one is jealous of her. I didn't say jealous. I said intimidated.
Yeah,
There's a difference of
there's a
her. It's
difference.
her lack of self-respect. Being a black woman is what's disgusting to me, but that's her, not me. I promise. Well, now Machiavelli, I don't know if you wanted the Lemonettes or not, but now if you are a Lemonette, now I disagree. But if you are a Lemonette, you are saying it because you are intimidated by her. Now, if you are not a Lemonette, then that's just simply your opinion, and we have to agree to disagree, right? So, and then part of the reason y'all don't know Krista be running game, Krista be saying Krista don't be bothered. She don't care about people thinking she don't have no self respect. She don't care.
I
She's
don't care about
unbothered.
that
Okay, like honestly.
very
But
much.
if you are a
Very much.
Lemonette, you are intimidated by Krista. Now I'm not saying
Yep.
that you are because I don't be over there. I don't know who is and who is not a Lemonette. Okay, but I can tell by the way y'all chasing her all over to creation to the point to where she says she ain't even gonna mention Lemon's name no more. She says she
Nope.
is not coming. Did you not say that today, Krista?
I said it. I said
You
it. I
said.
said I'm not mentioning his name. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not talking about. I'm not interested.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out. Y'all,
Right.
I'm good. Because
Right
my
now, I
whole
don't
thing is
even
this.
know what more that they could ask for than that,
Hmm.
but they are still going to bother you. You know why? Because they still are intimidated by you. They are not going to
And
feel
it's the
safe.
truth. Because even though
Mm-hmm.
I be over here, even with Buddy Lee and hanging out, even when I was with Duke, they tried to do that stuff with Duke, and Duke, of course, shut their asses right down. You're not
Mm-hmm.
coming over here like that. He shut their
Yeah.
ass fuck down. You can get the
Yeah.
hell away from here with that. See, and
Yeah.
that's why they got upset with Duke, and that was another reason I was like, you know what, Team Duke, okay, because he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't having it. But
Yeah.
my
I
thing
feel
with
you.
Lemon is you're sitting here, you play, you act like me and you cool and we all right and all of this, and then you turn around and go right back to your panel
Mm-hmm.
and talk all type of crazy shit about me, sit there
Mm-hmm.
and let those people come up there and stuff like that, instead of just, even if you allow them to have their opinion and say what they want to say, it's
Mm-hmm.
still a way to let them know, okay, but me and her, we cool. You know what
Right.
I'm saying, Miss
Well,
Olivia?
he see that's the issue is he didn't do that in the beginning. And part of it is Lemon got the big head, not just about you, about a whole lot of stuff, right? He got
Okay.
the bigger his head, the more they got to talk, speak disrespectfully towards you, pay you off the panel, and all of this and all that. The more that he allowed them to do all of that, the more emboldened they felt. Do you see what I'm saying? Cause he
Mm-hmm.
started to acquiesce to what they was paying him for. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the deal was, in my opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, even if he wanted you back over there, he couldn't. And you to the point where now you don't want to be back over there. You know what I
I've been
mean?
at that point.
I
Exactly. And
know
now
you
it's
know
just
now.
that I won't even mention them. I won't
Right,
mention them at all. Even
right,
if I'm in other chats and stuff like that, how
yeah,
I was up on Envy's the other day, just playing around, saying, come get me and all of that. I didn't had these problems
mm-hmm,
when I was just playing around. I said, you know
mm-hmm,
what? I will shut all y'all water off.
yeah,
Find
yeah.
y'all something else to do.
That's
Find you
true. Hey,
somebody else to talk about.
but
Find
they
you
won't
whatever
though.
it
Hey,
is you got
simply
to
move.
do.
Unless, let me tell you who the next person gonna be. Right? Hey, Beck.
Okay.
Yeah, she said, yeah, he cussed you out on Belize channel. I mean, of course. I mean, and that's fine. Krista said, it don't even matter. Like I'm done. I mean, she said she was done today. I don't know if y'all heard that. She said she don't even want to mention his name no more. She
Mhm.
don't want to come to his channel. She don't want to go where she
I've
not
been
wanted.
told
She
them
get
that.
it. She get
I've
it.
been not wanting to go. It was nothing over there for me.
Right. It's
Miss
just a
Olivia, when
mention
I
of
get up on
him.
panels, I'm active. I like to
Right.
talk, laugh, participate in the conversation and all of that. Even if
Right.
some of the chat people don't like me. When I was
Right.
at his thing, I never really participated in nothing. The only time I participated is if somebody was coming over there to cuss me out.
Right.
And
And
he
if
would say, "Well,
Lemon
you
is
get to
still
cuss him back
cussing you
out."
out, if he's still cussing you out, that's just to appease his Lemonettes, okay, and his audience, right? Because you done said that you ain't wanting no communication with him no more. So if he's still following you around to cuss you out, he just as bad as they are. Okay? That's part of
Mhm.
the reason why his numbers look the way that they do. Okay?
And the whole thing is, Miss Olivia, when me and him would be like on we was at Big Rigs. Me and him was laughing and talking, and even with me and him, because me and him, we will cuss each other out,
Mm-hmm.
but we did it, and then we was done, and then before the end of the show, we was back friends.
Right.
Same thing at Pizarro's and
Mm-hmm.
what's her name, Brianna's.
Uh-huh.
We was cool. We would
Mm-hmm.
be cool.
Yeah.
And so my whole thing is, why do you go back to your channel and let these people get you? And then they getting up on panels telling me, "I bet you won't be back. I bet
Oh.
you won't." And all. And I'm like, what?
Oh.
You act as
That's
if I'm
overly.
trying
Do
to
you
come to
don't
your
find that is
channel.
a little, Krista? You don't see that is that is more than overly invested.
It
That is
is.
that's kind of
It
scary to
is.
me.
It
You
is.
know, and
Yeah.
it's obsessive. You got to watch people like that. But anyway, child,
And it's
look,
not even the young women that's doing this. This
no,
ain't
it's the
young.
other
These ain't the
ones.
young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
These is these old
Yeah.
biddies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yep.
like, are
Yep.
y'all serious?
Yep. And those are the ones that I'm talking to,
Y'all
actually,
gotta be kidding me.
because it's too
Yeah.
aggressive. And like I said, you are the one that fed that fantasy for them, child. You fueled it, okay?
Yeah.
You fueled it,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
they can't let it. And they can't. Oh, child, hold on, Krista, hold on a minute, okay? I gotta keep talking. Hold on.
Okay. Okay. Hey everybody in the chat. Let's see. I don't normally go to the chat, but I don't know how long she may be gone, so I have to go over here. So what's this stuff that maybe style somebody? Okay. All right. Curse her out on Belize channel. Who is Belize? Scribble face cussed her out on Belize channel. I don't even know who Belize is. Olivia have lemon and custard had their showdown. Okay. Um, did Duke cuss JC out last week? Yes, Diamond. Duke and I did. I can't just say he cussed me out, but we cursed each other out. Uh-huh. Miss Yeah, no, I don't think anybody is jealous because you guys don't know me to be jealous. Now there may be some who is, but you guys are not my neighbors.
Krista, can you hear
You're
me?
not in my family or friends. Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank God. I'm sorry, I had to take that call. I've been busy all day, right? So go ahead, go
Oh,
ahead, go
okay.
ahead.
Yeah, I went on into the chat because,
Mm-hmm.
uh just to but yeah, I was just telling them, no, I agree that no, you're not jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some are, but
Yeah.
intimidated for whatever the reason,
Yeah.
and I can't do nothing about that because I'm
No,
just
you
I'm
can't.
just me.
Mm.
I'm not.
Yeah, see, that's a type of jealousy is different from intimidation or feeling intimidated uh by someone or a situation. That's different in my mind from being
Mhm.
jealous, right? And then it's
Yeah.
for the fact that they are also trying to bully you. They ain't gonna be
Yeah.
it don't matter where you
How
go.
you gonna
It
bully me
don't
and I'm
matter if you
54?
denounce Lemon. For as long as you on the internet, you're gonna get these people that are intimidated by you, even though they don't have no reason to be no more. Okay?
Yeah.
They're still gonna be
Mm.
following you around. Cause they ain't gonna
Yeah.
be happy till they don't see Chris's face no more. And we know that that's not gonna happen. So
No,
they
I've
might
been
as
here
well
too
make peace
long.
with that. You done gave them what they wanted. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
mention them no more. No, I'm not going back to his channel. I don't want to. Leave me
Mm.
alone.
I've been told them that. I said I never said I wanted to go back to his channel. I
Mm,
just wanted, we're in the same sector. No different than I told Duke, and that's why Duke got upset with me.
mm,
Because he was, well, you're looking like this and that and all of this, and you still trying to follow this nigga and all of this stuff. It's not even about that. We're in the same sector. Like
Mm-hmm.
we communicate a lot with the same people. The people
Right.
that support him supports me
Right.
heavy. Most people
Right.
that support me are from the beefing sector.
Right.
So why
Right.
can't we find a way? If I can find a way to get along with everybody else and
Mm-hmm.
we walk away from everything that we didn't said, did, fought, and fight,
Mm-hmm.
why is it different with him?
But
It's
well,
not different with him.
because you got people that's latched onto him and are overly
Yeah,
invested, and that's the
yeah,
reason why, And
yeah.
let me read this right here. It says, and hey, everybody that joined, please hit the like button, y'all. Do I have 100 likes yet? Keyshawn said, hey, that's super weird. It's super weird to me. I don't know where you was going with that, but it's super weird to me. Love Blake says, hey, Love Blake, have lemon and custard. No, no, see, that's another thing. We know that lemon, and
Mm,
then he don't mind going at the women. He don't mind going at the females, right? But when he had actual beef with KRN and Custard, he didn't talk to them half as bad as he done talked to Krista, and Krista really tried to curl back him and have his back. That's the best
yeah,
beard he ever had. Okay. Now, when
that's
it come to Lolo or beans and cornbread or evidently this Machiavelli too or whoever, I mean, none of y'all can't measure up to being as good a beard as Krista being and make it so bad he know that, right? So Machiavelli too said, well, good. You're not going to enter Lemon anymore, Krista, for real, for real. I'm like, well, damn. What what
okay.
what do you mean by that, Machiavelli? Because look, check it out though. The funny thing is, this is the internet, right? So
Hmm.
here's the thing about not enter Lemon anymore. I guess that mean
I
by
don't know
hit the
what that
channel
means.
anymore. But
I
guess
guess
what?
probably
Guess
come to
what?
his channel.
For as long as if you're not blocked out of that channel over there, you can drop down and say hey and drive him crazy, or even hit the
Mhm.
link. And if he let you up, then I mean, because that's his channel, Machiavelli, right?
That's right.
So you can't run this channel. So Betty Boop
Right.
said some people think that because they donate, which is true, to a channel, they can control it. Some CCs
Yeah.
allow them to do it. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Belize is the person that is having the trip to Belize. Belize is the person
Oh,
that
I
is
get what
having
you're
it.
saying. Okay.
What do
Because
that mean?
I think it's from the person who said, did Duke cuss Chris JC out
Uh
on
huh.
Belize channel? So they were saying that he cussed me out over there at that
A
that
trick.
woman.
Uh huh.
Yeah. And I
Uh
was
huh.
asking who's the Belize channel. But yeah,
Uh huh.
no, Duke and
No,
I
that's
went at each
trick.
other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no, we
mean,
went at each
but
other.
I heard you say today that that's the reason why I want to mention it. And I was like, you know what? Even though Krista done denounced the whole situation, they still going, it's still gonna be an issue, right? Even to where
Hmm.
if Pazar keep mentioning it, eventually, and over there on Lemons, and Pazar, I hope you do realize that they got that good eye on you, girl, because they feel like you get too comfortable on Lemons channel, on his panel over there, Pazar, and they gonna start coming for your head too, Pazar. Okay, and it ain't gonna have nothing to do with Krista. Just so you know, girl. Just so you know. Keishana said, Chris, I think they are just irritated with you. I guess with you because I guess you are annoying sometimes. But I guess we all are from time to time. So I don't get it. Well, they don't have no reason to be irritated with her anymore because
Yeah.
she's not going over there anymore.
I can see
Now,
if I went over there
now
and
wait,
I
let me
was.
finish this. How can they be irritated
Hmm.
by you, Krista? If
Hmm.
you are in another whole sector, like you said, you like to hit Buddy Lee's panel, right? Ain't that the Mo
Hmm.
3 sector or is it the black sector?
The black sector.
Okay,
Hmm.
the black sector. See, I don't, you know what I mean. But that's
Yeah.
another whole sector. So if they coming over there and you talking to Buddy Lee and you having fun, y'all ain't saying nothing about Lemon. Y'all just doing y'all right.
Mhm.
How are
Yeah.
they irritated by you over there when you having fun in another sector? How's that
Yeah.
making sense? Does that make sense?
It doesn't make
It
sense.
don't make sense to me either. See, that's what I mean by
Mhm.
intimidated by you. See that you,
And the
you
whole
got to
thing
feel like
is
what's
too.
going on.
And
Hey,
the whole
this
thing
is the
is,
podcast. Hey, e-bike. What you
yeah,
say,
yeah.
Kristen?
The whole thing is too. Also, Miss Olivia, they
Mm-hmm.
have to remember also this is a entertainment app, and it's
Right.
also a business.
Yeah.
That man
Yes.
on here to make money. So if
Yes.
y'all really,
Mhm.
really cared about him, when
Mhm.
y'all seen that man's numbers dropping the way
Mhm.
they were dropping, because
Mhm.
we were not having any type of communication or anything, y'all
Mhm.
would have said, you know what, Lemon? Like Pizarro told him, you need to do what you can to get your stuff back up. Okay,
Hey,
we and
Dr.
like all
Sophie,
different ones
because
told him we might be.
y'all had a like I said, the reason why, okay, we got to admit, okay, Krista is a person that folks love to hate, right? Like it or not.
Mhm.
But and then because Krista was the person over there that they loved to hate, it was his numbers was good when Krista was over there, right? Hey, Dr. Sophie, in case I didn't say that. And so it gave them like you remember when you used to look like J.R. Ewing on what was that, Dallas, right? We
Right.
used to hate J.R. Ewing, right? But
Yep.
the most time I used to tune in to Dallas was to see what JR was gonna do.
Yep.
That's the reason why I used to I couldn't wait to Dallas to come out and see how mad I got to get at JR Union for that week,
Yep.
girl. Okay.
Yep.
I was like,
Mhm.
so, okay, that was going, I don't think people love to hate her. She just not likable. Okay, could be. You know what I mean, Lynn Moss. But here's the thing. If she's not likable, why are folks following her from sector to sector just
Right.
to talk about stuff that happened in the B sector when she was fooling with Lemon and she not fooling with Lemon no more? Hey,
Mhm.
Lynn Moss. Do I
We
have
not
100 likes, y'all? How many likes I got, y'all? So
when I
you
did
gotta
my
think
like, it
about that,
wasn't
right?
when I pushed my like, it didn't even have like your number wasn't showing like what like number we
Uh-huh.
actually are.
Oh,
It's
it's
just got
not?
the yeah, it just got the thumbs up, thumbs down, but it's not
Hmm.
actually showing the people how many you got. I don't know. I
Oh,
seen that
wow.
a
Can you
couple of
see my
places now.
thumbnail? I got
No, we see
51
your
likes. Dr.
okay, so
Sophie
maybe
said I
it's
got
only showing it
51
to
likes.
the okay, maybe it's because I've been seeing that because I'm always whenever I click on somebody's channel, I always give
Yeah.
them a thumbs up. That's the first thing. But I've
Mm-hmm.
been seeing that lately
Oh.
where it's just showing the thumbs up, thumbs down, but it don't show you the number.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, thank you,
I
Dr.
just
Sophie. I only need 49 more likes. Unbox said we're responsible for finance and lemon. You are absolute. You know what? Y'all are not responsible for financing a whole lot of these people around here. Okay? And that not
mm-hmm,
just lemon, honey, but people are doing it. Now I ain't never gonna forget when I read that on Lemon Wow myself when Lemon got flagged down and it was some lady under that video under that whatever post that was talking about something. She got to dig down in her purse so she could support Lemon financially now because he done got flagged. I was like, say what?
what?
Oh, y'all take it, child. And then another reason why he went wrong when he flashed that $12,000 in his cash app. He went wrong on several occasions, the least of which is Krista, honestly. He did a whole lot of people wrong. His head got too big. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
reason why he in the situation that he in right now. He having to kiss Ness booty over there, cause he know what was going on. He know who the reason why he got flagged down. Okay. Molly Maybach said, "Fact, just Krista's scandal was the last time Lemon got 1K. The numbers didn't lie. So just Krista's scandal was the last time he got 1K. Look at that. Molly Maybach told the truth. You see that,
Mm-hmm.
Krista? His numbers
Well, I
started
don't see it,
declining.
but yeah, because I
Uh-huh.
stay out the chat, so
Yeah,
I don't
and
want to be
Lemon
going back and
knows.
forth.
Look, and Lemon
Mm-hmm.
knows he just don't want to upset his people. That is true. That is
Right.
true. But did
But
y'all
my
put
whole
a
thing is
name?
when you get a group of people telling you if she come back, then we're out of here, we're not going to support you. Then
Mm-hmm.
what happened to the ones who said? Well, obviously somebody was saying the opposite because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of those people left. That's why
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's your channel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my whole thing. He has to realize that's his channel. He's in
Mm-hmm.
charge of that channel, not just to
Mm-hmm.
cuss people out, not just to tell people off, but to
Mm-hmm.
let them know if you support me, you're going to support me,
Mm-hmm.
just
And it's
like
a
I do.
nice. This is my channel.
Mhm.
See, that's why I never played that game with my well, I never had it. I never see here's the thing.
Mm,
I don't play that if you support me monetarily, you can tell me what to do on my channel. That's the
mhm,
reason why every once in a while I get a cash out. Do you know what I mean? But I don't
mhm,
get no support like some of these people, like say Pazar, right? So for whatever reason, I guess her people strongly support her via Cash App or whatever, and she try to make
mhm,
it seem like they ain't controlling her flow over there. But you know good and well when she get over there, she act good and ignorant, and she starts stuff up with people calling herself dragging people, which is very illiterate in the way that she drag, but that's her. They love that stuff, right? So when she get over and talk about somebody, them cash apps and hollering and screaming and stuff like that, and sounding like she about ready to lose her breath, they love that. So they'll be donating quick in a hurry then, so she can keep on doing that, right? So
mhm,
let me know that you was bringing in the numbers, right? But it got so
mhm,
bad, Crystal. They start. I don't know what was going on in the Discord. I don't know if you do or not, but at something it got really, really bad, and they start pretty much strong on his butt, and he allowed it. So that when you
yeah,
allow that to happen, that means you lose control over your panel and your
yes,
channel. Do you see what I'm saying? So at some point in
yes.
time, in my opinion, he lost control over his channel. Even to
Mhm,
this day, if they let if them let, and then they ain't gonna run Pizarro off, right? But I'm
mm-mm.
assuming Pizarro is gonna be the next Krista. Okay, not as far as a beard go, but as far as them hating to see her hit the pound, right?
Mhm,
But Pizarro's gonna love that. Cause she get off on that
mhm,
shoulder. It ain't gonna phase. So it really didn't phase you. It did
mhm.
more it's like that made him make a choice. That made him choose between Krista or their support. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Mhm.
they got real brazen with it. I would never let nobody run my channel like that. I would never
Me,
do that because I
me.
am in control of my channel. The only person can
Mhm,
run and dictate to me who I put on my panel is Google YouTube. Okay,
mhm. That's right.
that's it. That's all. Like it,
And
don't
I
like
think
it, you know.
yes. And the
So
other
yeah.
thing was, Miss Olivia, I think they were afraid because they seen how my channel was growing because I was with Lemon. Of course it's going to grow if I'm over there with him. If
Mm-hmm.
people know that I go live every day and when I'm over there with him, they're enjoying it or they're seeing it or they're hearing me and let me go back and forth,
Right.
spontaneous and all of this. Of course, they're going to sub to me too to see what I had to say
Mm-hmm.
about it or
Mm-hmm.
something. That's just why are
But
you acting
that's
like
the but
something
honestly,
abnormal?
honestly, that's the beef sector though. That's
Yes.
that's 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 beef. That's tea. Why would y'all want to squash
Yes.
tea? That's messing with the content. Now Lemon
Yeah.
said he was the content. Why is y'all messing up the content?
Mhm.
You
And
gotta
look how
ask
everybody was
Lemon, these
getting.
are the questions. If you listen to Lemon, these are the questions that you really need to be asking yourself, dude. Like you
Yes.
really do. Well, let me
And
answer
look
this
how
though.
everybody was eating off that story.
Yes, I
Everybody,
was.
we all had fat checks. We all had a fat one, not just me and Lemon, not just Lemon. We
Okay, it's
all had
content.
fat checks.
Yeah, it was
It
content.
was
It was juicy
content.
content. The back and forth was juicy content. My food, they
Yes.
got so invested, they went and
Hmm.
messed up the content. That's my issue.
Hmm.
But let me
And
answer
now
this.
they satisfied.
Yeah, and they still ain't satisfied though. They are
Mm-mm.
still not
That
satisfied,
man sitting over
girl.
there with 200 people at
Child,
the heart of his show, and then
thank
at
you,
the end he over there with 100 and some people. Lemon used to
child.
have 300 before he even signed on to
Hmm.
say welcome y'all and thank y'all for coming over. He had three and
Mm-hmm.
400.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah, because
crazy to me.
it was the chemistry, and you was
Yeah.
the antagonist on it. You was the JRUN over there. Okay, that's the reason why I brought that up. But let me answer this, Miss O. What about how bad you talked about her before? Absolutely, I done drug Krista before,
Mhm.
and Krista know it. Because it
Mm-hmm.
took me for a minute to realize what was really going on, and I thought Krista was doing
Yep.
herself a disservice. But then I caught on that, hey, wait a minute, folks is getting checks around here. Hold up now, wait a
Mm-hmm.
minute. There's something else going on. Hold on, and so yeah. And then really if you about the entertainment, if you about the beef sector, you appreciated that type of content. I know I did. And
Sure
that's the reason
did.
why Pizarro wants y'all back together. Cause it's
Mm-hmm.
content. Okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're not you're not
And it
they
wasn't planned. Like I tell
right.
people, a lot of people was always questioning, was it a play? It wasn't. Was it? It really wasn't. And that's why I tell people, I said, well, I hope they didn't discourage him. That was the last big thing. And I think that's what set a lot of people off too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I said, well, I hope they didn't discourage Lemon from hitting other panels. I'm glad he got his channel back. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
for anybody got their channel back. I said, but I
Mm-hmm.
hope they didn't totally discourage him about hitting other panels because I like that side of him when we
Mm-hmm.
would be places. And of course, people will remind me, but y'all wasn't always talking. We wasn't always talking, but when we did, and when we would say things, if he was on other people's panels and stuff,
Right.
it was fun. It was nice. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Even when me and him would get into it, and then we might say a little footsie little something to
Yeah.
each other before the end of the
Yeah.
show to let each other know we good though.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
It was the
fun. I
back and
enjoyed
forth.
that side of
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
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 And that's
And
how it was when
he
I
was
was over
good
at
with
his
you.
panel.
Y'all worked good together. See, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? As far as content go, I'm talking about as far as content go, y'all was
Yes.
playing off one another and it really worked. It was
Yes.
good content. You know what I mean? What's
Mhm.
gonna happen between Christa and Lemon today? You
Yeah.
know. And that feed the other content creators because there's not a lot going on in the beef sector anymore,
And
honestly.
I would ad
And
lib off of him because
yeah, yeah,
I
y'all was
wouldn't know
jumping.
half the time what Lemon was gonna say and do, and
Hmm.
but I'm one of them people, nigga. Let's go, because you might meet my crazy today. No
Right,
different than people said that they enjoyed me and Duke cussing each other out. I said
right.
I kept warning Duke he was gonna meet my crazy one day.
I know that's
Don't you
right,
know I
girl.
ain't got it all? I ain't got it all.
Child, you got more
And
than
he met
most.
my crazy, and it nearly floored him. He said he couldn't believe that I was talking.
I don't know why. But let me read this. Unbout said he got boring. The content got boring and people stopped watching. He needs to reinvent himself. Now, I do agree with that, Unbout. I
Yes.
absolutely agree. And then he start bringing all those crazy people over there from that other crazy sector and them misogynistic, racist people. I'm like, oh my
Mhm.
God. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
He doing too much. But anyway, let me scroll down because I done missed this. Log off and take care said, is it true that Lolo is there your reason he won't let you back over there? Because that's what was said on Discord. Because are you saying that because Lolo is there, Lemon won't let her back? That's what's said on Discord. Now, I
Oh,
don't
as
think
in,
Lolo being there got no don't have nothing to do with just Krista not coming back. When it come to Lolo, child, Lolo is just there. Okay. Uh,
and even if it is,
he
that's
won't
so
let.
unfair again to
Mm,
Lemon because me and Lolo be on other people's panels, honey, and the crowd, honey, be turning it up, honey.
mhm.
They love me and Lolo's energy together.
Right.
They love that oil
Doctor.
and water.
Yeah, Doctor Soapy said, Miss O, let Krista know people are saying hello to her. People saying hello to
Oh,
you, just Krista.
hello everybody. I'm sorry, y'all. I try to stay out the chat so I don't, get in my feelings and
Nah, they really
all of
not
that
saying nothing too
craziness.
bad. Betty Boop said, I can't watch panels with everyone talking over each other, hollering like toddlers. I click off real fast.
Yeah.
But he ain't even got that no more. Y'all, I only need 40 more. Can y'all give me 40 more likes? I appreciate it. Machiavelli said, he's boring now. It's not because of you, ma'am. That man don't know how to move. It's why his channel is tanked. Well, you know what, Machiavelli, I believe I agree with the fact that he don't know how to move, right? And even with Krista being gone, if he knew how to move, his channel wouldn't be so boring now. I agree with that, like I really do. Yeah, absolutely. We only saw you doing that, not him. I don't know what that means. Dr. Sophie said, I got you. He treats Lolo like Sir King treated him. Right, that's his sidekick. This is whatever. You know what I mean? I don't get that. Yeah. But Lolo be nodding off. Child, she be on them pills in the middle of the night. She be trying to hang.
Yeah, she do.
She be trying to hang it. I ain't even throwing no shade, Lolo, but girl, you know it'd be too late
Yeah.
to be up like that.
Lolo be wanting to have some fun too, because me and Lolo be on the other panels. Miss Olivia Child, we be tearing it up, chuckling back and forth. I
Right.
love to see her coming, and she love to see me coming too. We
Yeah,
get
and ain't
on them
no
panels, people be like, "Oh boy, we finna have some fun now." Yeah.
but what's gonna happen when see they don't feel intimidated by Lolo, right? Because they
Mm-hmm.
don't have no need to,
Mm-hmm.
because they don't see Lolo as a what do you call it? As a love interest, right?
Yeah.
And so they see her as a do girl, right? And as they should, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so they don't Lolo can stay up there from now to the end of creation. They know she ain't gonna do nothing but log off anyway. And so they ain't gonna give him she ain't gonna give him no back and forth, you know. None of that.
Yeah.
None of that is ever gonna happen, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
Lolo really don't even really like Lemon like that. I think the reason why Lolo is the way she did this is my opinion, right? I think the reason why Lolo kowtowed to Lemon, honestly, is because of what happened in Vegas, right? I think that she
Okay.
really was embarrassed for real by the way that he's talked about her so derogatorily in Vegas, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
because of that, may I speak with you about segregation 2.0? Well, ZX, I'm gonna talk about that, but I can't let you. We don't do the hit the link thing, sir. No shade. But anyway, yeah, that's what I feel is going on, Krista. But as far as you leaving them alone, child, unless you leave YouTube, you might as well get used to it. They ain't never gonna leave you alone. Cause they feel like for as long as they can talk crazy to you, see, they think they moving something, right? Now, if
Mm-hmm.
Lemon ever say, Krista, I want you back over here, and you go back over there, it's gonna be with you grow a set of balls, and say
Mm-hmm.
that Krista is just coming back. And if you don't like it, you just gonna have to do what you gotta do. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's him taking control of his channel, right?
That's right.
In my
That's
opinion,
right.
right? And
That's
and
right.
Lemon know that if he want his numbers to go back up, the one
Mm-hmm.
thing that he can do is bring Crystal back over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one
Yeah.
thing. Now he might lose a couple of them like beans and cornbread ones, I mean them. But people like
Mm-hmm.
me and Pazar and a whole lot of other people, we would love to see the back and forth again, cause that's beef
Mm-hmm.
sector content. That stuff they
Mm-hmm.
doing now, that's not beef sector content. There's no back
No,
and
it's not.
forth in that. It's
No.
boring, and he's boring, cause they let him commandeer his channel. So
Mm-hmm.
he too worried
And
about
that's
what
what
they
I'm
gonna say
saying.
or
I
what
would
they
have
gonna do.
to,
Yeah.
in order for me to
Mhm.
ever even consider it, it
Mhm.
would definitely have to be that I see that he stood up
Yeah.
and was the man of his channel that
Yes.
he is.
That's what I mean.
That would
Absolutely.
definitely make a difference. Other than that, I'm
Absolutely.
cool. I'm good. I've
Yeah.
showed in so many ways that
Yeah.
in spite of, I still support you. You
Mhm.
still that,
Mhm.
smile, grin. Let him know in so many ways.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter. I'm cool with you. If you cool on me, I'm cool on you. I didn't
Mhm.
did that so much.
Mhm.
Whether I was on his panel, off his panel, whatever it was. And as soon as he get
Mhm.
over there to his spot, he sits right there and just say
Yeah.
craziness. And I
Yeah.
don't like that. I don't
See.
like that. I'm a type of person. I'll take, 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 take. But
Mhm.
baby, please believe me. You
Mhm.
better ask them niggas I was with in my real life.
Mm.
When I say peace, I mean
Mm.
peace.
I know. Well,
Okay?
you said peace
I really,
today,
really, yeah.
and it don't make, and it's not even because of him. Not to me, it's because of them, and that's unfortunate because that is
Hmm.
his channel at the end of the day.
That's
Okay.
his channel. Right.
And so, who else are they? I mean, like the channel is boring because of them, because
Mm-hmm.
they get things the way. I mean, see, sometime Lemon, you gotta lose to win, buddy. If you listen to
Yep.
this video, right? And you losing right now because you kowtowing to a whole bunch of people that really don't mean you no good. Because if they
Mm-hmm.
meant you some good, they wouldn't be tanking your content. Okay? Now you
That's
said
right.
you was the content. It is your channel, right? You need to stand up and make it happen. You know you want Crystal back over there because Crystal's the content on your channel. You and
Mm-hmm.
y'all have good synergy together as far as
Right.
this YouTube back and forth thing go, and it's just the truth, right? And it's not
Yep.
only me that think that. But let me read this. Boss said, I don't think it was about seeing Lolo as a love interest. I think it. I think it's more of seeing her as one of them. I can agree with that, Unbound. Absolutely. Y'all, Dr. Sophie said I got 65 likes. We almost got 100, y'all. C-Mac
Woo-hoo.
TV. Hey, C-Mac TV said Lemon may have to keep it beef sector only and spill more tea about the Vegas trip. I know that's right, C-Mac TV. He definitely needs to keep his beef sector only. So lemons can only survive the crystal. No, 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 no.
No,
I'm not
no.
saying that bird at all. I'm
Mm-mm.
saying that he need to stand up and take control of his channel because it's his channel,
Yeah.
right? And so he made you lose some of those people that's controlling his channel. But if that's what he got to do to save his channel, then that's what he need to do.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Me,
It's
how
up
you
to
doing?
us as the it's up to us as the content creators
Mm-hmm.
to do these things and look at our channel and see these things. No different
Mm-hmm.
than myself. When
Mm-hmm.
I was over there at his channel, it's not my fault that people found me interesting. And
Mm-hmm.
then they did come to my channel. Even look at the people that's on his panel and then they go to their channel. The people
Mm-hmm.
still don't come over there to their channel. So
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't because of that. Somewhere they found me to be interesting while I was with Lemon and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And now
Mm-hmm.
some of the people is just still hanging around. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I lost some subscribers, like he said I was gonna do after
Mm-hmm.
him, and that's why I often say it. Yeah, I
But
did.
he did
But
too,
there
though.
is, yeah, and he did too. Right.
Mm-hmm. He
So
did
we
too.
both lost, and but then I had to reinvent myself because okay, y'all, it's not finna be the Lemon and Krista, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But what else can I do? I had to kind of reinvent myself to keep my audience. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want them to leave once they got there because I got other stuff to offer.
Mm-hmm.
And now
That's
that's what
right.
they're finding out. And that's what he gonna have to do too.
Yeah.
Because his numbers, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yeah.
terrible. When I got them screenshots a couple times, I was like, 100 and some people. When did
Mm-hmm.
he just come
Mm-hmm.
on? Or somebody they like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, this was and y'all
Mm-hmm.
know better.
Well,
Y'all
he
don't care
really
nothing
did it to
about that
himself.
man.
Not only with you, he made a couple of mistakes. Like I said, it was he made a mistake with you letting you go. He also made a mistake when it came to that ego. He made a mistake by letting other people run his panel. I mean, he wouldn't even. Now I don't know how you call yourself a channel holder when you ain't even. You out smoking a cigarette or you drunk and everybody else is running your panel. You're not even there. You sleep or something, right? Because you on there
Mhm.
for 9.5, 10 hours, but you really ain't on there that long. Other people is on there, right? Just
Mhm.
doing and saying whatever. He also made a mistake. He made a wrong turn in thinking that he wasn't gonna have to pay for the things that he did with Shakim, and
Mhm.
Ness, and that little whole situation with Vegas and all of that. That was a misstep, right? And so,
Yeah.
well, in my opinion, it wasn't just
Yeah.
you. It was a couple of things that he did wrong. The Lemonettes and that whole debacle with Discord, it was a lot. It was a lot going on, right? And so, but
Yeah.
he still can't rebuild because people like Lemon. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I
they
think
do.
that
Yes,
I
they
think that
do.
he's scared a little bit now because he don't know when another strike gonna come down.
Mhm.
I think he kind of skittish for a whole lot of reasons. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But he still can rework his channel. Like I said, sometimes you
Yes.
got to win the loser. Right now, you're losing, but you can build your stuff back up. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Make a difference and start winning again. It ain't even that hard because Lemon is a male, and in this sector, we know it's
Mhm.
easier for the males in this sector to get cash apps and people in your chat and support and
Mhm.
all of that. It's just a fact, right?
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, but let me read this. Lemon might have to find a way to get JC back, or he may want it to be organic. Even if he don't, he's still gonna have to rework his channel because Krista says she tired of all of it. She want to be left alone.
Yeah.
Leanne said, in our reality, his numbers were never high. It's just that he stays on 10,000 hours. His numbers should be way higher. Well, I mean, for the beef sector, he had the most. He had the
Yeah.
his channel was doing the best for a time. When he was at his
Yeah.
high highs, his channel was doing the best in the sector. That's
Especially
just
for a
flat out
newer
period,
content
right?
creator to be having
Uh,
8, 900, and 600 and 700 people in your chat watching
right.
at one time, and you a newer that's a lot. That's a
That's a
lot.
lot. His channel was
Yeah.
doing the best in the sector for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And Ness and her crew felt the way about that, okay? Because she felt like she birthed Lemon. And I'm not even, of course, he was around before then, but after that
Mm-hmm.
Vegas trip, that trip really worked to his advantage, more so than Ness. And it supposed to have been her trip. But let me read this storyline said the B sector wasn't feeling the humiliation rituals going down at Lemons. What busted Lemon channel was flags, and the panelists are flocking to his ops channels. Well, now I can agree with that too. Storylines, absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. I didn't like the Sunday. I didn't like it. It was a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? It's Machiavelli too said it's never okay to be the butt of the joke. All the time. But honey, it's your choice. If you like it, I love it. And yes, just too dang young and very juvenile acting. Back to the cloud. See you, Machiavelli. I think Machiavelli is really in their feelings. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For I
Okay.
don't maybe Machiavelli. It sounds like you're a little bit invested. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But maybe you got all this animosity towards Krista. Maybe you should put that animosity, channel it differently and help
Mm-hmm.
and give what's his name Lemon some pointers as to how he could rebuild his channel again. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Because turn that animosity around, turn it into good,
Mm-hmm.
turn it into positive energy and help Lemon out. You know what I mean? Because he need it right now, right? And so
Yeah.
storyline said Lemon runs a panel channel. All the lit panelists are well, he ran them away, with all of those shenanigans that he was doing over there, with all those weird people and not even being there to know what's going on. I still say he wasn't wrong. If Shakim, well, now that's I felt like Shakim had the way had a you can't tell somebody how to respond. Or you can't tell somebody how to fight. That's what they say
Mhm.
around here, But I do think Shakim was
Right.
led to do that. I think Big Mama led Shakim to do that. Okay, there was a planned attack, in
Oh.
my opinion. Okay, and the leader of that attack was Ness. Okay, Ness is more entertaining than Lemon. They both won plays, but she got the better story. Well, I mean, honestly, as for right now, yes, when it comes to her and Lemon, the last couple of times that she been live the same time he been live, yeah, she been doing better. You know what? Mostly she been doing better. Number one is because she ain't got them Lemonette type people over there, and number two,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh the people are beef sector people, and she do run plays like that whole J Dunn and something we get ready to talk about. All that stuff be a play, right? But Ness, child, I got beans and bologna. Well, hot dog, how you doing, beans and bologna? What is the deal with that?
Leave it alone. Okay, now.
Child, beans and bologna. But
That is a
anyway, Chris, before you
combination.
go, let me ask you this, right? Because and this ain't got nothing to do with Lemon, child, I guess. What
Okay.
happened between you and Sour Patch? When said the black women's over here was behind Sour Patch and not you. Can you tell me what happened with that?
Okay. I think it was Friday. Friday, a lot of people know, Tuesdays and Fridays, I'm over there at Buddy Lee's. And
Uh-huh.
now me and Buddy Lee, we got this wonderful little banter that we do back and forth and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mhm.
And so we was having a good time over there, people hitting his link and people that normally would tell me off. And now, we all having a good time, he and ha.
Mhm.
Once I left from over there, I went and did what I had to do. And then I seen NV was on. So I went over to NV's because,
Mhm.
I had told him when he come on, I will come over to his channel, because we've been having a good time at his
Mhm.
place lately too. So
Wait a minute,
I
Crystal.
get over
Pause
there.
for a minute. Pause right there. I got beans and bologna. Is Dr. Soapy? Is that beans and cornbread? I just want to know because it's got something with beans in the title. But let me read this real quick, Chris. I'm sorry. It said if Ness can keep J Dummy around and her supporters hate J Dummy, then Lemon can man up for just Krista. I know that's right. That's not beans and cornbread. Dr. Soapy. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Krista. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we was over there. When I got over to Envy's, Big Man was there and he was like, Krista, I heard that you've been over there at Buddy Lee's and I want you to stop going, so we all chuckling back and forth. And I'm like, oh Lord. I said, Lemon, I didn't have all these problems when I was with you. Come get me, Lemon. Come save me. I'm sorry, Lemon. Come get me, playing around,
Mm-hmm,
being me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Next thing I know, Sour Patch hits the panel. And she goes, now me and her been cool. We've been talking about makeup and all of this other stuff. She
Mm,
goes, well, then you need to start by first apologizing for what you said, this and something else. And that's all I'm hearing. And I'm just like, first of all, we're not even talking about why me and Lemon fell out. That's not what we talk. We over here having a good time.
mm-hmm,
Why did you bringing up why me and him fell out and what I called him and what and all of this stuff? But I left it. I turned that loose because before you know it, here come Lolo. Mm-hmm.
mm,
Y'all. Mm-hmm. And now and you always turning stuff into sexual stuff. It just turned the whole thing around over there at
mm,
MV's. I
mm-hmm,
mean, turned the whole thing around. I kind of like found a way to bring it back around where, let's get off of this, hopefully. But before it could happen that way, me and Lolo then almost went back into it. Now we going down one avenue that me and her done been down. So
mm,
I had said, you know what, Lolo, don't you see what all of this then presented? It even got me and you pulling up some old stuff between us. Just this one person coming up here, bringing up something that don't have nothing to do with nothing.
mm-hmm,
Why is y'all so invested in me and Lemon like that? And
mm-hmm,
whatever it is, if me and Lemon then found a way to be cool and neutral on this piece, then why it just can't be that way? Me or
mm,
Lemon did not consult her before we communicated. It was us communicating. Even
mm,
before we fell out, we did not consult them. Why are
mm-hmm,
you guys so invested? So the
mm-hmm,
next day, I'm still hot. I'm still hot about it. I
mm-hmm,
still don't appreciate it.
mm-hmm,
So when I seen that Pizarro had put up her thing about what her thing was going to be about, but she was like, it was going to be later tonight. I put in there, yeah, and I want to talk about this. And I put down, what had happened. And so when she announced what had happened, and she was like, okay, she gave it a heart. And so when she was giving her commentary about the whole segregation thing and all of this stuff,
mm-hmm,
I told her, I said, well, Pizarro, because I seen it was going pretty good and all of that. So I said, well, you know what, Pizarro, we could talk about what I wanted to talk about another time. Because, I'm looking at everybody, and we all on. She's like, no, we're going to talk about this today. You know how Pizarro is. She's
mm-hmm,
like, BBW. So when I got up there, I was saying what had happened. Sour Patch came up there, of course, to defend herself and all of this. And I went off. I went off. I had had enough. And I just
mm-hmm,
let her know that was not the time and place. And then she began to say, I can say what I want to say. I said, then say it the right way. You came
mm-hmm,
up there intentionally to remind me of why me and Lemon will never be together. And no, I was supporting it. No, you wasn't. No,
mm-hmm,
you wasn't. You were supporting it on one hand, but you had something else to say on another hand. You started
mm-hmm,
feeling yourself. You
mm-hmm,
started feeling yourself and you started feeling like, you know what? There's people over here, honey. They like me better than you. And they
mm-hmm,
proved that in Pizarro's audience. But what they ain't proved is where's the outrage for her telling Uppity to put her baby in a cage?
Yeah, I spoke on
Where's
that.
the
That was
outrage?
yeah, that was yeah. Well,
Yeah.
people are all about popularity around here, and they
Yes.
will not speak on something when they know it's wrong. And she
Hmm.
admitted to saying that, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I guess
Hmm.
that flew under the radar. But is it true that you called her a spick?
Yeah, I did. She
Uh-huh.
kept talking crazy to me. I told her, I
Mm-hmm.
said, you offended me by going somewhere else, telling people that I called this man a pedo when I did not. I said,
Mm-hmm.
did y'all even hear the part where I said about the daycare, that the baby
Uh-huh.
should be in daycare? Oh, we didn't hear that part. How did you
Uh-huh.
not hear that part? I said, well,
Well,
that's why y'all took what y'all wanted to tell.
right under well, now let me tell you this. They saying this in the chat, right? Says
Hmm.
well, first they said about Ness. So understand those panelists bring their subbies to Ness when they come on her panel. Ness is very entertaining, but she's monopolizing the game. So she is very territorial child. I don't know about that. But anyway, on about she keep denying it. I'm gonna guess what you said. The video is 26 minutes long, and she really said that man is doing something to that niece subliminally. She's saying she saying he not having you know what or whatever, and so you know what that's about, right? So what they're saying is you keep denying the fact that you got him a PDF file concerning his niece. That's what they're trying to say. You
Let
trying
that
to deny that.
Well, you know what? I let that be their choice because that's how their
Mm-hmm.
brain interpreted everything that I said. Because
Mm-hmm.
of course, that's another person that did
Mm-hmm.
not hear the video when I was talking about the whole daycare and all of this other stuff. First
Mm-hmm.
of all, this is the same man. I'm not going to keep on being nice to somebody that has sat here and said that I took my friend's life,
Yep.
that I stole money from my friend. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what I told her. I said, I didn't start with Lemon. Lemon started with me. I
Right.
was always there to support him. I was
Right.
always there.
But
Lemon
let me ask you
started with
this.
me.
Uh uh said to leave it. We just heard the whole video, but see that's not my issue right here. Shannon said at Krista, I didn't like it when you called her that. That's equivalent to calling her the N word. Well, now see, that's what I thought they was talking about when they said that the black women was on her side as opposed to yours. I thought that they was talking about and then it was wrapped around the segregation part of my mind. I thought they was more worried about you calling her a spick as opposed to what you
They
supposed had
was.
said about Lemon. But that wasn't the issue. The issue wasn't you calling her a spick. It was the issue about what was brought up about what you supposed had alleged about Lemon.
No, they was upset about that, and they was upset about what I said about Lemon.
Okay.
Yeah,
But they
but
was upset about the
never.
spick part as well. So let me ask you.
Yeah,
So here's my issue.
but never about
How
the.
y'all? But let me say this. Wait a minute. How y'all gonna be upset um about just now? This is just a question, right? How y'all gonna be more upset about Krista calling Sour Patch a spick as opposed to Sour Patch telling Uppity that she need to put her child in the cage? I'm kind of not getting it right there. I'm just asking. I'm just wondering somebody in the chat can tell me that. It's just my opinion
Because
because
it's an excuse to dislike Krista. Just say it the
mm-hmm,
way it really is. You know what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying? Like I told him, she ain't been called a name before. I've been
mm-hmm,
called names before. Do she
yeah,
think I like it that she came up there and I keep saying that I never called this man a pedo?
mm-hmm,
So she's insulting me. So I'm going to
right,
insult her. I keep
right,
telling you, if you slap me, I'm gonna get a
mm-hmm.
baseball bat and I'm gonna try to knock your head off your
Because you can't
shoulder.
tell somebody how to
That's how I
fight.
fight.
Right. You
That's
can't tell
right.
somebody how to fight. Right. Yeah. Like I said, and she mocked Uppity autistic child. Where was they at then? Well, it's all about popularity, right? So it's
Hmm.
cool to mock Uppity autistic child and tell her you need to put that baby in a cage. And then see, you are not even black. You are, I guess,
Yep.
Hispanic or Latino. So
Yep.
when somebody from another ethnicity says something like put that autistic baby in a cage, that is
Mm-hmm.
like a racial epithet, right?
Yes, it
Cause
is.
and some, some people still think, and they are very ignorant and racist and xenophobic. They still
Yep.
compare us. Now it's different when I'm a grown person, right? And I'm gonna call you a
Mm-hmm.
monkey, right? But you still black, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but it hit different if I'm not black and I call you a gorilla or something, right? It hit different, right? But
Yes,
when
it
it
does.
comes to uh now see, some people deal with unconscious bias too, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
don't even know if Sour Patch, and I'm not getting down on her or nothing. I don't even really know if she uh uh uh, uh realizes that sometimes she's dealing with unconscious bias. I'm not gonna call her racist. I'm gonna
Hmm.
call that a matter of being unconsciously biased, right? Now, see,
Mm-hmm.
unconsciously biased means like um, I got a group of say you got one white girl in the group, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then it's four black women in the group, right? But they
Mm-hmm.
let you slide with saying little slick things. Now you're not trying to be openly racist, but when you
Right.
say certain things, it is due to unconscious bias, right? It is due to you have been raised up in a different way, and we don't know what your kitchen table talk is like, and so
Right.
sometimes this stuff will slip out, right?
Yep.
And so maybe she's dealing with unconscious bias. Now, when you say something about putting an autistic child in a cage, and we know opening is not real life, what the baby got to do with it, right? So I
Exactly.
still can't understand how there's more outrage for you causing her to spit, and but really it's about the lemon thing, and but there's no kind of conversation at all, or very little about her saying, and she admitted to saying,
I'm gonna tell you.
about putting
Because you
that
know
baby
what
in the
it is,
cage.
Miss Olivia? This is
Huh?
what I picked up on, and this is why I got real gutter
Mm-hmm.
nasty with her.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I picked up on
Wait a
is,
minute, wait a minute. Let me
see,
answer this because this is to me. She said,
okay.
on YTV said the same outrage should apply to BBW insinuating that Lemon is a pedo. Should be applied to the CCs and subbies over her D, uh, using DEATH on people or wishing other people's children are woo. I agree with that too on YTV. Yeah, I can agree. People go so gutter and it's so disgusting
Mm-hmm.
to where you got to I don't know if some of this stuff is just unchecked. I don't even know where some of this stuff come from, right? And I ain't even talking about just you, Krista. I
Mm-hmm.
realize that you can't tell people how to fight and all this and all that. But when you go to
Mm-hmm.
wishing DEATH on people and wishing that kids should be SA, and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, I'm not even saying being outraged, right? But have
Mm-hmm.
an honest discussion, right? Yes, it's wrong for Krista to insinuate that, or allegedly, and Krista saying she didn't mean it like that, but calling him a PDF file, right? Now, if she
Mm-hmm.
said that in a time of storm when they was arguing, that ain't the first time somebody said that about some. They done said that about men and said that about women over here. And then see, sometimes that term is used so loosely, right? I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that things of that nature should be used so loosely, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Bean said, Olivia, the reason people are taking South Pat's side is because she just made a suggestion to Krista. She had a nice approach, and Krista went to her channel and started
No.
racial slurs. Well, what was the suggestion that she
No, I
made
didn't
to you,
go to my
Krista?
channel and do no racial slur, nothing. What I
Mm-hmm.
said was, because this is what I picked up from her.
Mm-hmm.
This lady seems to think, and that's why I found it to be very, very nasty, okay,
Mm-hmm.
from her. And that's why I really, really turned up on her butt at Pizarro's again, even more so,
Mm-hmm.
because she figured uppity is somebody that's, like you said, not well liked.
Right. And
And
she can get
so, you
away
know
with it.
what? I can
Mm-hmm.
pick on her, and
Mm-hmm.
this is still going to put me out there more because people is they spoke up for her before. They
Mm-hmm.
went into battle for her before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then
Mm-hmm.
she picked on uppity, and then B, you gonna sit up here and now think you finna come for me?
Mm-hmm.
BBW, sweet and sexy, Jess Krista, and you think you finna get a pass? I'll fight you and all of them too. You
Mm-hmm.
got me messed up because you figure people just don't really care for Jess Krista. Girl,
Mm-hmm.
don't you fool your damn self.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Don't do
Mm-hmm.
that. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said this woman really think she's somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let
nobody
me
still ain't asked her about what was those little Spanish stuff that she was saying to me. Y'all
right.
ain't questioned her about that yet at Pizarro's, have y'all? You're
Mm-hmm.
here where we speak English. Why are
Mm-hmm.
you coming on here cussing me out on this black woman's platform in
Mm-hmm.
Spanish? What was
Mm-hmm.
you saying?
Well, you
Huh?
assuming she assumed that nobody can't understand what she's saying. Okay, I don't get a lot of it, but I
Exactly.
get some of it. You know what I mean? Because she was on my channel one day and she said something. I said, "Well, who you talking about?" It was something. I got some of it. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? I can't get all of it because she be going too fast, but I get some
That's
of
why
it,
I
and
let
I
her know.
think it's
Don't forget,
being
honey, I
rude.
got a Spanish friend. And
I
she
think
watch
I think
all
it's
my
but then see here's
videos.
the thing. It's just like when you go to the nail shop and them Chinese people
Hmm.
start speaking Spanish and you don't know what they're talking about because they know you
Yes.
or they assume that you don't speak that language. You don't
Yeah.
they assume that you don't speak Mongolian or whatever it is that they're speaking. I think it's
Yes.
very rude to come over here and do the same thing because
Very rude.
that's rude. But you think you
Mhm.
slick saying something because you think they don't know what you're talking about. Okay,
Right. So that's why I
so.
said you ain't finna play on my top. I'll call you
Mhm.
every name that I can think of. I sure
Mhm.
will.
Mhm.
Try call yourself doing it again. I will.
Mhm.
Now you can go on where you got to go because I refuse to give you any attention. Girl, bye Mimi. Bye. Mimi
Mimi
from
is
the
in
Drew
her.
Show, Drew Carey Show. I'm good. Girl, go on back to Cincinnati or wherever y'all and do you a show. I'm
Is
good on
Mimi?
you.
Who is Mimi? Is she in her?
No, Mimi is the old fat white lady with the blue makeup from the Drew
Oh.
Carey Show. I called
Oh.
her
Okay.
Mimi. I told her she looked like Mimi in her profile picture.
Mm.
I
Mm.
did. Is that nicer than me calling you anything else?
Mm.
Because I'm going to name call. You name
Mm.
calling at this
Mm.
point, so I'm going to name call.
Mm.
Just like they going to tell me that Trish could sit here and call me all type of blonde Casper names, but I can't call her nothing.
Mm. Mm.
What?
Mm.
What? No, if you can sit here and say things to people, call people
Mm.
names, nobody should be taking that personal. I'm talking
Mm.
to the person that I'm talking to. We're in
Mm.
battle. What they got to do with everybody else? She
Mm.
calls me out my name all the time, calling me Casper. I'm not
Mm.
Casper. There's people,
Mm.
Miss Olivia, go around here with literally white makeup on their face and pickles and stuff, and
Mm.
advertising talking about that they just Krista. And people
Mm.
sit right here and just laugh and talk with them and all
Well,
types of stuff. But
but
I'm not supposed to feel no
let
kind
me
of
put a
way.
stop to this right here. Cause this is my fault. They said, hold on. Said Bean said at Olivia, the reason Krista is the focus because once again she on tours about Lemon, while he is silent. Well, now Beans, I got Beans and Baloney. I'm the one asked her to come up,
Thank
because I was
you.
gonna talk about the fact that I think that the Lemonettes is intimidated by Krista, and that's why they keep bothering her in the other sectors and stuff, right? So I'm the one that asked Krista to hit the link. Krista was not on tour on my channel. I asked her to come up here. Me and Krista have done had several conversations about Lemon, but she's not on
Mm.
tour over here because I asked her to hit the link when she dropped down in the chat.
Thank you, Miss
On why I
Olivia.
said she, oh, no problem. No problem.
And
And
I
we're
haven't
gonna
been on
dig this
tour on
issue.
nobody else's channel. I was asked
Right.
to hit the link earlier at Pizarro's. She said,
Mm-hmm.
BBW, I'm waiting on you and Lemon. Well, she said,
Yeah.
Lemon, I'm waiting on you. And she said, BBW, I'm waiting on you to come up.
Mm-hmm.
She was expecting for me and Lemon to come up on her panel and have
Mm-hmm.
a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So don't say
Or
that.
why I
Don't
said,
y'all
let
just
me.
go around
Mm,
just saying stuff.
yeah, that's true, and people are going to continue that. But let me ask you, on why it says you can't say that they can't take it personal. Placing a jacket on someone is calling them a name, which is true. So they can't take being called a PDF file personally. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna segue into that, right? So Crystal, I didn't realize that y'all please hit the like button. I may not know your like share. So let me tell you this, Krista. So for anybody that's listening, I asked Krista to hit the link. Krista did not know that this was going to be the subject ahead of time. Now the subject done veered off, way far to the left because all kind of shots are being thrown. You know what I mean? But we gonna bring it back in focus, right? So and Krista, thank you for coming up. You know what I mean? You welcome to stay up here because I'm sure
I'm
when
gonna
I
go
go
back
to
in the
talking
chat.
about Jim Point, huh?
No, I'm gonna go back into the chat, but thank you
Okay.
for having me. I
I only
enjoyed
got
myself as
66 likes,
always.
y'all. Can I get 100 likes, please? I've been on here for an hour and a half. Now, what you say, Chris? Go ahead.
No, I just said thank. I said I'm gonna go back into the chat, but thank you
Okay.
for having me. I enjoyed myself as always, and I'm gonna sit down here and then finish enjoying the show with the rest of the people.
Okay, thank you, baby. And don't go nowhere,
You're
right?
welcome.
Because we're going to talk about something serious in a minute, all right?
Oh yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, all right. Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right,
hmm
you up. Bye-bye.
And so, Log out said, she said, did Oran White question Pizarro when she said a train should be, whoa. It's a lot of raggedy stuff being said around here. Okay, log off. So I have to agree with that, right? So let me talk about. So that was Krista. I did ask Krista to hit the link because I wanted to know, what was going on. She wasn't doing no tour over here because I asked her. She didn't know I was gonna put her name in the title or nothing. So can't nobody say she was doing a tour on my channel, right? And so yeah. So now what she gonna do is go to her channel and trash. Oh, she ain't gonna trash me. You know what I mean? No, nope. I bet you. I bet you. I got beans and bologna. Chris don't have nothing to say negative about me because we always talk straight, right? And so yeah. Unbound said I agree with Olivia. A lot of raggedy. It's a raggedy stuff, right? Now me. Now I hope y'all know that. Just also let me say, um, I don't take no sides and this was just a conversation, right? This is my commentary, right? She said, "No, I would. I know that, Krista, child. I know. Y'all, please give me to 101 likes, like Yvonne said. But let me talk about this real fast, right? Now, somebody made a comment. Well, I said they said something about raggedy comments, right? Another raggedy comment that I heard going around was I heard James Caldwell uh, James Caldwell talking about Ness on Rodney's channel, and Ness was saying that James and Jay Wilson was grooming the younger men in the sector, right? I guess actually grooming the younger men in the sector. I said, well, I find that kind of disturbing. And the reason why I find it kind of disturbing when it comes to grooming, because excuse me, y'all, I can't get rid of this cow, but when it comes to grooming, that is another term that should not be applied to, especially gay men. It's just like the PDF file. We've been hearing that for years. That jacket has that PDF file ain't just been put on Lemon, honey. It's been put on a lot of men in the sector. James Caldwell, Sean Bradley, Jay Wilson, a whole lot of them, right? So now we got this thing brewing up, another term that's gonna come up because of Ness, I guess I'm assuming, in reference to grooming, right? So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I don't like, right? So I don't like when these terms are made to fight or just say something, because what you can do is when you start using SA allegations, like PDF file, and even this grooming thing, people get too accustomed to talking about it in a very dismissive manner, right? And as it pertains to children, This is not a dismissive manner, right? So here's the part of my video when it says projection grooming, right? I forgot to put a star between the project. Anyway, here's what I mean. Let me explain. When it comes to grooming, number one, according to the COPPA laws, right? Everybody in this sector, the COPPA rules in this sector that we got years ago. In this sector, everybody is supposed to have that little button that click that said these videos are not intended for kids, right? So I'm sure everybody around here anyway got that button clicked, right? Because we don't do videos that are geared towards young people, right? So number one, that button need to be clicked. And so, but when you're going around here saying that somebody like James or Jay Wilson is grooming these young boys, number one, these ain't young boys. These are not teenage boys, right? These people like James Caldwell and Jay Wilson are not in a position of power, right? And we're going to talk about that to groom no young boys. We're talking about men that's 30 years old and older, right? Now, I think the youngest men around here are what, in their early 30s at least. So you cannot hold a position of power over another 30-year-old man. So I think that term is being used loosely by Ness as it pertains to people like Rodney, KRN, Brian. Now I heard that Rodney is in his 40s. I know for a fact Brian is in his 30s. Ain't Roe in his 40s. KRN, I believe he's in his 30s. I can't think of no other young, like Castro. He got to be at least in his 30s. All of these men are too old to be groomed. Is what I'm trying to say, right? So let me tell you what I mean by that. When you use the term grooming, number one, they all grown, right? And number two, when it comes to grooming in an actual nature, what that is pertaining to actual grooming is when you say you are an adult, right? Say you work in a some kind of after school program, right? You work in an after school program, you are an adult, right? You are absolute adult, you are in a place of authority, and you try to establish a emotional connection with a teenager, with somebody that is underage, all because you want to exploit them, you want to SA them, right? Oh, Rodney in his 50s, wow. That is what grooming means. Grooming is when an adult tries to form an emotional connection with a person that is under the age of consent for nefarious reasons, intentions. I'm going to put it that way, right? That's what that means. So, and I went over to Rodney's and I heard what Ness said. And that is, hey, Treasure. And then I heard Treasure. The reason why I went to Rodney's is because I heard Treasure Lane's video, right? Oh, and I'm glad Treasure hit the panel because I want to say something else about something he said. But it cannot be called grooming. Thank you, Yvonne A. I like your voice, Olivia. Oh, thank you, Yvonne A, for the super chat, right? And so anybody, these are all consenting adults over here, number one, right? So that term is putting a jacket on somebody's back. They also done try to put the jacket, the PDFL jacket, on James Caldwell back before, you know. And so let me read this right here. On why I said the abuse is usually actual or financial, but it can also include other legal acts. That's the definition I saw when I went to look at it. Well, the way that Ness was using it, now, I will agree that there's some financial grooming going on around here. You got a lot of people financial grooming around here, men and women. Okay. And we know the ones that are financial grooming because they you know, you got people like the Intels, the people on Lemon's channel, the people that go after the bag, okay? Now that's a form of financial grooming. That's also a form of cultism, in my opinion, right? But you can't tell nobody how to spend their money because once again, nobody is in a place of authority over here, and you got a right to do what you want to do with your own pocketbook, right? So if you falling for the okie doke, then you just falling for the okie doke. But that's not the way. That's not what Ness was talking about. Ness said that people like Jay Wilson and Trey Shore was grooming these young boys around here. Like I said, it ain't everybody is over the age of consent around here. So how is James Caldwell and Jay Wilson grooming any young boys around here? And the average age of these men around here, I think the youngest ones are at least in their 30s. They are nobody. They are not under the age of consent. Jay Wilson and Treasure ain't going around trying to form an emotional connection with some young boy to do nefarious things to them. That is the wrong terminology. That is just putting a jacket on somebody's back, which I was just talking about when y'all feel like Christa put that PDL style jacket on Lemon, right? We know that it's been done several times around here. So when you use a term like it so loosely, you really are making light of a very serious situation, right? Now I did hear something that was very disturbing to me. Y'all remember when what is that lady's name? It ain't Colette, it's Catherine. I think her name is Catherine Powell. When she was going around telling us about how she met her child's father and all this and all that. You know, she met him at the Boys and Girls Club, and you know she was underage and all of this and all that. Now I felt like, I don't know if she felt like it, but I felt like that was a grooming situation because that man was in a place of power, right? He worked at a Boys and Girls Club. He was in a position of authority. She was a teenager and he was the adult, right? So ain't no telling who else he was grooming around her to that Boys and Girls Club, forming an emotional attachment so he can have his way with those young girls. That is example of grooming, in my opinion. And Catherine Powell came out and told her story. Like I said, I don't know if she see it that way, but that's the way I see it. If you are under the age of consent, and I don't care if the little girls is running around, kick, 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 kick. You know how we used to be in school, and there might be a cute male teacher, so we would run around talking in the corner, kick, 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 kick. Mr. So-and-so is so cute, and all of this and all of that. But he never, used that to form a personal attachment, because he know he was in a place of authority, and everybody ain't after children, right? So he never used that to do nefarious things to them little girls that thought he was cute, right? But now if he was a person that would do something like that, then that would be grooming. See, there's a difference, right? You don't want to abuse your authority for nefarious reasons. That's grooming. So that what she said about James Caldwell and Jay Wilson and young boys and stuff, everybody over is at the age of consent. Nobody is grooming nobody. And as far as financial grooming, a lot of people are overly invested, and they come out of their pockets and they build money and everything else to give to these content creators around here, right? When you don't, when the only thing, and if you want to give, you can give, but you shouldn't feel obligated to do that for anybody, right? That's what the AdSense is for. You shouldn't feel obligated. Like somebody, Yvonne just cashed out me $5. Thank you so much. I'm not going to go on and on. Some of these content creators, one in particular, the first thing that they talk about is they cash out and the funds and thank you for the cash app and the this, that, and the other. They want you to fund their lifestyles, send them food money, send them wish lists, stuff, and all of this and all of that, right? Stunner said older gays do use money, power, and influence to lure and manipulate younger gays. James and Jay Wilson are definitely not. No, they're not doing that online. So when she said that, and she, said them in particular, that is a lie. That is not what's going on. Nobody is in a position of power online. Do you see what I'm saying, Stunner? So I just felt like that is yet another jacket somebody is placing on, incorrectly placing on somebody in the sector. Because these jackets have been placed on men and women in the sector. But when start using terms like it so loosely, my issue is that people start to become desensitized to the conversation. And you should never be desensitized when it comes to a situation that is so serious, right? Because if that position of power is abused, and there's no telling, you got years and years of trauma that you have to deal with if something like that happens to you, right? And when it comes to Ness, did you say that? Were you projecting? Did somebody abuse power over you? That's why I said it was projection, because why would you just pull it out the back of your brain, of all things? Now we know some of the things that you done down here for a minute, for example. And James done talked about some of them, as well as Pizarro. I heard her video talk about some of them. And honestly, it makes sense, right? But you are defaming somebody's character when you put jackets on people like that. And that's not cool. So that's what I think about that. But as far as your own, there's a lot of projection going on down here, and mental illness is real. Okay, especially when it concerns, unfortunately, things of that nature. A lot of people, because they didn't get therapy, you know what I mean, and they've dealt with the trauma by themselves all their lives, it starts to warp their mentals. Y'all, we got 77 likes. I'm almost to 100. But you should not be projecting that onto somebody else, because that may or may not have happened to you. And you absolutely shouldn't be doing that to somebody else, right? Because RY just mentioned financial grooming, right? Now, somebody can say this, that you be financially grooming people around here, right? You can be, who, was it James that called it online tricking? Was that you that said that, James? Because it can be, to me, in my opinion, it could be considered online tricking when you were sweet talking like a Heat or a J Dunn, or not even just financial tricking, acting like you are interested in these people to get them to move how you want them to move. You could be whispering sweet nothing in their ears offline, but online it's a different thing, right? So you say, sure is. So you got to be careful with the jackets that you put on people, because you might be putting that same jacket on yourself, right? So that's what I feel about the grooming. I'm thinking maybe it's projection. Nobody knows nobody plight for real, but I'm going to say it. I always say it, and I'm going to say it one more time. YouTube is not therapy, okay? And if something like that did happen to anybody down here, I'm so sorry, but YouTube is not therapy, and it's never too late to get therapy to deal with these issues, to deal with trauma, and you can see a lot of it down here, right? But you should never use that word in such a flippant manner, because it's a very serious situation. In my opinion, that's what I feel about it. So I felt like it was wrong, because there's no children down here. Ain't nobody grooming nobody down here. Everybody is grown. We are all consenting adults. Even when it comes to your pocketbook, you are a consenting adult. You have to push that cash out and give it to that content creator for your darn self. You have to hit that super chat button for your darn self. And if you letting people talk you into that, then you really have to consider what it is that you are lacking when it comes to you mentally or socially. Because a lot of people down here are overly invested. The algorithm has really messed a lot of people's brains up. But when it comes to situations like grooming and other forms of SA, I don't think those terms should be used so loosely. That's just my opinion on it. That's just my commentary. I ain't throwing shade to nobody. I just feel very passionately, especially when it comes to conversations like this, because those conversations are really pertaining to children when it comes to the imbalance of power in certain things that are mentioned down here, right? And Pizarro even felt like y'all was trying to groom her to be lesbian, right? I was like, wait, what? And she said that all her stuff belonged to her husband. Okay, that's what she said. Her stuff, her parts belong to her husband. All right, she is not interested in y'all in that manner. Okay. Now another thing, but that's what I had to say about the grooming situation, right? So another thing, real fast, is James. Now I was kind of shocked. Now I admit that I am old school about a lot of stuff. Hey, John Robinson. Hey, everybody that came in. But James said he feel like, now correct me if I'm wrong, James, but did you I called that out when they first started doing that to pizza. I heard you talk about I heard you talking about that, James. I really did. Queen Leah said, all I observed from the outside. I don't even follow a lot of CCs involved. But I see all the arrows, and that one is definitely in the middle. But she tries to fall back. I don't know what that means. James said, you weren't supposed to like it because that's not right. And like you said, that's a form of defamation. And some people really do get taken to court for defamation of character. I heard Rodney talking about, he was wanting to take, I believe, Dimples. That's who he was talking about to court for whatever reason. Child. And so anyway, let me tell you, I was taken aback when James said, because I listened to his whole video, I was taken aback when he said that he believes that 85% of the females over here are, Lizzie's or Lizzie identified or have machinations of Lizzie-isms or whatever. I said 85%. Now, James, now you maybe know more about this. I don't know about 85%. The reason why I say I don't know about 85%, James, is because you got so many male-identified heifers around here. I can't see 85% identifying as Lizzo. I can't see 85% now. Now I can see a lot. Now I was around there listening to Pizarro today, and Jay Dunn was saying what she was wanting to do to Christa. I was like, excuse me? I told her in 24 hours I'm gonna do this and that to her. Actually, I was like, "Excuse me." I was like, "Wow, that's very bold, right?" And so I don't know. They are. It's a lot of this male identified around her, Treasure. But maybe would know more about that than me. You know what I mean? But okay, child. I said, bye, 85%. Woo, child, I got 96 likes. Thank y'all. I only need 4 more likes. Can y'all take a moment, 4 people, and give me 4 more likes, please? Thank you. I don't judge, but the percentage is off. Yeah, I don't know about 85%. It's a whole bunch of male-identified women around here, okay? You got a whole, now take them Lemonettes now. Woo, child. They got a whole lot of dreams when it comes to lemon child. So I don't know. Krista said that Jay Dunn. I was like, oh my God, right, Krista? I was like, oh, child. 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 But anyway, child, I'm a like from my other pages. Thank you, why? Child, I don't know though. Some women, when they get drunk, be hitting on women. Ooh, child. But all right. I was like 85%. Child. But James broke it down. He broke it down. I never thought about that though. But like I said, it's a whole bunch of male identified heifers over here. That's all I know for sure. Nope. But now I do agree with you, James, when you said that a lot of these women over here don't care if these men is gay or bisexual or not. Okay, because they still dreaming about them. Number one on the hit list when it comes to dreaming about these men is Lemon, okay? Because, honey, them Lemonettes be going strongfully. They want to push any woman away that they think is getting close to Lemon. Pizarro, you in danger, girl. You in danger. They're gonna be doing you. They're gonna be doing you like they do Christa. Okay. 103 likes. Thank you, RY. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. But you bet, girl, you in danger. I'm just saying. And a bunch of them, Rick Reed. Yep. They love them some Rick Reed, right? Look at Christa laughing. Now, I don't know how, now, Lemon, when it comes to these women's lusting after you, and you know you don't want to play in their sandbox. Lemon, in my opinion. Okay? Thank you, Jamie. But you know, ain't nothing wrong with keeping a dream alive. So y'all would say, James, how is Lemon keeping the dream alive? James, this is how he keeping the dream alive. Okay. Now I don't think Ricky never done this. Argue with him about his sexuality. He got a whole husband. Oh, talk about some Ricky? Absolutely. But now when it comes to Lemon, he done showed half of them women over there his tallywhacker. Now we don't know what he done showed them on Discord. Child, they done see that tallywhacker. You know that old James, right? They done see that tallywhacker, and they done start opening up them purses immediately. They said, oh, no, you don't, Christa. You ain't seeing that tallywhacker no more. You better leave it alone. Pazar, you ain't going to be calling Lemon your online husband. Not as long as us Lemonettes are around. Okay. Child. But anyway, Lemon the cause of some of that. Okay. Going around showing this tallywhacker. All right. So I'm joking, y'all, but I'm for real. But as far as what was I talking about? Maybe forget it. But anyway, I just thought that was an interesting conversation. You know, when James said when they seen Jaded Nerve, they politely forgot everything they knew prior. Ooh, now Tracer, I remember that. I sure do. Mm-mm. Now you know this internet is virtual and it's the the devil's playground around here. Why you think they run around there acting like it's James? Okay, it's the devil. Some people's all their morals and principles go out the window. Okay, child. I don't think no man is that fine or big to get. Oh, you got that right, John. Girl, girl, girl. Now, so I will admit that. Now, when I heard that conversation today on Pazar's panel that Jay Dunn was having with Christa, I must say I was a bit taken aback. Like I said, I admit that I'm old school about some things. Now I ain't judging, but Lord have mercy, folks sure to be loosing the lip when they online and behind an avatar, don't they, child? Miss O, go back and read my chats. When you're done, you will see what I was saying. Just passing my perspective. Oh, okay, Queen Liz, no problem. No problem. Treasure said, absolutely. My sweetheart got the goods. Fi was so taken aback, she forgot she was doxing him, child, and start worshiping the tools. Ha ha ha, dang. Woo! This my husband tells me I'm stingy. Does he say tell you stingy, John? Child. All I know is, that was a very good live. If y'all didn't see that live from Treasure Lane, y'all really need to go watch that live. Okay, that was a good live. If it hadn't been for me watching Treasure's live, I wouldn't have had no commentary about the projection of the grooming situation. I was like, what? Now we got another word out here we using incorrectly. You know what I mean? And then come to find out, Jay Wilson spoke on it a little bit as well. And it was brought up on Pizarro's panels. I was like, let me put my 2 cents in, child. Okay. James said it made me laugh. Fi does tickle me. Oh, she tickle you at time. Bless her look. Yeah, she ain't been on in a while, after James. Or else I've been missing. I ain't seen her in a minute. It was good and he told the truth. Yeah, it was good and he told the truth. Yeah. The only thing I was taken aback by was that 85% situation he was talking about. Child. So sister said that John, this is my man, and I know have my back. No way, I'm giving my money to it. You got that right, child. See, I'm old school. I don't believe in giving money to a man. The man supposed to give the money to me. Okay. I'm just saying. Tracy said, she cussed me out. She cussed me out a little while ago. When I smacked Niecy Pooh. Is that right? Yeah, I ain't seen her on her in a while. I probably missed that video, James. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, I've been on here for almost 2 hours now. Let me get to my last topic, right? And so my last topic was I want to put my little 2 cents on the segregation topic, right? I was happy to know that you guys are wanting to talk about um when it comes to 47 and rolling about these girl her and QB was snatching me. Was they snatching you, James? Oh Lord. Oh Lord. They wine and dine us. I know that's right, John, right? So let me talk about this real quick before I get up out of here, right? Because I kind of got a different perspective, right? So we heard in the news where Trump is the 47 is pretty much what he doing what he want to do. He don't care about no court. But when you get a thief in the White House, honey, this is what it's gonna be, right? Now he said he want to make America great again, and he was talking about taking America back to a time pre-civil rights era time. That's what he mean by making America great again, in my opinion, right? So a lot of things are going on, and one of those things that are going on is he is trying to get. We know that he's pretty much done got rid of DEI, right? Which is uh uh it was previously called well, my mind don't went, but we rolled back those DEI rules, right? So now because he did that, he's wanting to open the door up to I guess a form of resegregation, right? Now one way that he's doing it, in my opinion, y'all please hit that like button, please share the video, is the fact that he's gotten rid of, pretty much dismantled the Department of Education, right? Now he's not doing these things just because, right? And it's not all for cost cutting reasons either, right? But he take that civil rights bill. Who wants that? Boy, bye. Well, we're gonna talk about it, right? So he wants to take things back to pre-civil rights bill. That's what he wants. That's his version of making America great again, right? So he got rid of DEI. What did we used to call DEI? It was on the tip of my tongue. Lord have mercy. And we know that those rules actually benefited uh, pink women, right? Especially when it came to business, right? Now, when he's dismantling the Department of it really is unconstitutional. But do you think he care? He don't care. He don't care. So when he got rid of DEI, that opened the door for him to for us to have conversations about Jim Crow 2.0, right? Segregation, right? Now, if we know our history pre-civil rights laws being enacted, you had stuff like white only bathrooms, right? Affirmative action. Thank you, Cheryl. Affirmative action, which mostly benefited pink women, right? When it comes to business, right? Now, when I'm talking about Jim Crow 3.0 and that form of segregation, He is even wanting to have a form of that even when it comes down to the school system, right? So now we know that once our schools are segregated, right? So when you're taking away something like the federal Department of Education and you're handing education over to the states, putting it on the state level, the reason why the federal Department of Education um was enacted was largely because of desegregation of schools and colleges and universities, right? So if you get rid of the federal Department of Education and you put it all on the state level, it's going to open the door for the resegregating of schools, right? Now here in Tennessee, like I said, they done initiated some voucher program, right? So they're initiating this voucher program because they'll be giving less funding to public schools, right? A lot of people can't afford private schools. Even with these vouchers, you have to pay a percentage, right? But if you making not a lot of money, you're doing what you got to do to feed your family in the first place. How in the world are you going to send your kids to school on a voucher program when you still have to pay a percentage of their tuition yourself? You can't afford it, right? Because the everyday American just don't have it like that, right? So when you're taking away monies from the public school system, that is trying to a form of resegregation, in my opinion, right? So as far as going back to this resegregation of whites only bathrooms, you heard, DEI not being upheld in places like the Walmarts and the Targets and the stuff like that. That's fine, right? This is not now. My thing is the reason why I want to bring it up when it comes to education, when it comes to services like restaurants, segregating restaurants and department stores, transportation, and things of that matter. Whereas our pillars of government to protect us from WW to situation happening here. Well, here's my thing. Quick, I don't. Here's the thing. We are a lot smarter when it comes to Black America. Y'all know that I am Black first, and I don't see this trying to resegregating of America as a bad thing because prior to Dr. King and the civil rights movement and integration, prior to that, Black people had their own communities which were thriving. They had their own Black businesses because they could not go a lot of places, a lot of stores and a lot of restaurants and a lot of things of that nature without being harassed. They had their own schools, you know, and they did, when it came to schooling, they did the most with a little bit, right? We were educating our own, right? Slowly undoing all of our human rights actions towards women, Black America, Almanor. Yeah, you're absolutely right. If you allow it. But see, here's the thing. Black people are more savvy. Black people have more wealth and that's a whole nother subject. But Black people are more savvy about their dollars these days, right? Not all Black people still believe that the white man ice is colder, right? Okay, a lot of us now know that, honey, ice is just ice. It's cold no matter where you buy it, it's still ice. Okay? But we are allowed to have our own community or college, HBCU, etc. Right, exactly, we are. But segregation means can't go somewhere not like community centric or all Black owned business. I don't know. You're gonna have to rewrite that, Queen. We have another Black Wall Street. We could, that's right. You know where I'm going with this storylines, right? So, say you do get restaurants, right? Wanting to segregate again, right? Now, if I walk into a restaurant or I even see a sign, now in 2025, right? If I see a sign that say, white onlys or, blacks, you can't enter, or you got to sit in the back of the bus and all of this and all that. You know what I'm going to think? I'm going to think, fine, no problem, because I don't want to give you my dollars anyway, right? So I'm going to take my business to somewhere else that's not going to be racist or wanting to segregate my black dollars, okay? Now, the thing that hurt, one thing that hurt the black community was integration. Because, see, like I said, at the time, a lot of people via integration started moving out of your black communities. A lot of black businesses were tanked, okay, because they started giving their black dollars to these non-black businesses and things of that nature, right? Our school systems went to pot or just went away totally. We started neglecting our HBCUs. Now, see, I said a long time ago when they were talking about Civil War, right? And when it comes to some black people, they always say, I love everybody and all of this and all that, but everybody don't love you, right? Now, I don't know when folks is going to catch on or what it's going to take. What kills me is even in this sector, take somebody like Pizarro wanting to have a conversation about segregation. You're one of them black people that didn't even want to vote, right? So I put you in the category as those black people that voted for Trump, right? Now you are starting to see the error of their ways, in my opinion, right? So I don't see Jim Crow 2.0 as a bad thing as it pertains to the black community, right? I see we are, like I said, a lot more savvy. We once had black-owned banks, all types of black-owned businesses, right? So in 2025, especially these young people, if you don't want to take their money, they're not going to want to give it to you, right? So what they are going to do is build their own black businesses, all right? And so with Jim Crow 2.0, there could be, a reemergence of a strong black community, right? That's right. That's what he said. I fear I may have integrated my people into a burner home, because he started to realize that, hey, but see, at the time, and he right about that, but he was also right about the whole civil rights movement, because see, at the time, he didn't have a choice but to go to fight for integration. He didn't have a choice. We didn't have a choice. We were drowning as it pertains to some aspects in America, right? We were still treated badly. We were still underpaid, and even if you had, and every time, and a lot of our, people don't even realize that it was a orchestrated plan to dismantle the black community, right? Not only through integration, but also through stuff like drugs being funneled into our community, right? Why was drugs so popular? Drug dealing so popular in our community at one point in time, probably still is, I don't know, but especially at one point in time in the 70s, the end of the 60s and the 70s and things of that nature, is because there was a source of income, right? Especially as the black community started to crumble, because a lot of people took their homes and their families and moved out of the black community via integration, right? But you are right about the storylines, Dr. King. There's one reason why he started the Poor People's Campaign, because he realized it was about more than us having access to these white spaces, right? He is slowly undoing the Bill of Rights, right? But see, here's the thing. Our people once knew how to move, right? So, but the only thing I worry about is, like I said, people are more tech savvy. We have people, back in the day, you would have like those black entertainers and stuff giving money to the civil rights movement, donating, to the cause, and we have several black billionaires in this world. and a couple of them that we know of in this country alone, right? Now, just think if we want to rebuild our Black communities because of the onset of Jim Crow 2.0, whatever kind of form of resegregation, that they got in mind, we know that that is going to backlash. Anything you try to do to us is going to backlash on them, right? Even when it came to drugs, right? They used to call it a war on drugs and put the super predators in jail and all of this and all that. And now you got an opioid epidemic, largely in these non-black communities. All right, you have an opioid epidemic that is out of control in most of these non-black communities. This fentanyl and heroin and all of that stuff. That now they're calling it an epidemic, right? It's an epidemic now, and you got all these places and organizations that want to help and all of this and all that. But back when all that drug dealing and all that crack hit the Black communities, these people were called super predators, and nobody was trying to help these moms and dads and sisters and brothers, right? And grandfathers and grandmothers that were addicted to crack. Nobody was trying to help then. But now all of a sudden, that is largely in the non-black community, you got all these people that's wanting to help. Because like I said, anything that you do to us, you try to do to us, is gonna backlash into your own community. And that's what's going on, right? They did burn down Black Wall Street. Now let me tell you something. See, that's a concern that I have, right? Like I said, our people are more savvy these days, right? So we know that there were several Black Wall Streets, and these non-black people would get jealous because our dollars were circulating in our own communities. Our communities were flourishing, and they felt the way about it. Now, when it come to Tulsa, we know they straight up bombed Tulsa, right? Straight up bombed it. It was thriving. It was doing too well. It was independent. It didn't need no help, from the non-black dollars, because people were buying and trading from their own kind. And the community was flourishing. And they felt a way about that. Because what they don't want is they don't want you to be able to compete. That's what they don't want. Right? But these young people are more tech savvy these days. So what if we do have to start buying? We are forced to build up our own communities again. That is a good thing, right? And the reason why I think that is, I don't even care nothing about that resegregation. Because like I said, if I walk past a restaurant and it say, whites only, or, the bathrooms are segregated, and or go to the hotel and black people and even big entertainers and stuff once had to go through the back entrance of these snazzy hotels, what they gonna be performing at. And what was that lady that dipped her toe in the pool and they drained the whole pool and bleached it out and because she was in a white hotel performing and she stuck her toe in the pool? Was that Dorothy Dandridge, or who was that did that? But anyway, they had to go through the service entrance, and they were, even then, even though they were big stars, treated as second-class citizens, right? But I don't think that it's always a bad thing, right? Because what I meant by when I used to say, when they was talking about Civil War and how black folks didn't want to choose, a lot of black folks even today, they still saying, I love everybody, and all of this and all that. No, everybody don't love you. A lot of black people, unfortunately, still don't get it, right? But when this stuff, when whatever it is that 47 has planned for our community starts hitting you dead in the face and you can't ignore it anymore, what will you do? What will you do? Will you become maids and servants for these people again? What will you do? Or will you try to start building your own community? so you won't feel like a second-class citizen. And my hopes is that, like I said, my hope is for the young people. If you don't want my money, honey, I don't want to give it to you. Okay? So I'm hoping to see more black businesses, all types of black businesses spring up again. Right? And this time, I would think that they would be better. They would be better protected, simply because this is a different day and age. Every type of technology that they have over there, we have over here. Right? If we don't have it, we have people educated enough to build it. Right? We have doctors, we have lawyers, we have scientists, we have chemists. Right? We have people that are proficient in defense. Right? Every kind of a Hattie McDaniel, Gone with the Wind, is the actress. So it was Hattie McDaniel. Okay, she dipped her toe in the pool, and they drained the whole pool out and bleached it, and then refilled it because she just put her toe in the pool. Okay, so things of that nature. So even hospitals were segregated. You had your black hospitals, and then you had your non-black hospitals. Now, there's something that I'm always talking about called medical apartheid. To this day, a lot of melanated people don't trust doctors, and you know why? It's because of all of the experimentation they have been doing. Even to this day, they experimenting on black people, and some of the stuff is so insidious, even we don't know about it. Okay. It was in Vegas, little chaos. The black actress who famously dipped her toe in the pool. Drained. I thought it was Dorothy Dandridge. I thought it was. And then storyline said it was Hattie McDaniels, but I thought it was Dorothy Dandridge. Okay. It was Dorothy Dandridge. Okay. Anyway, you just Googled it. And thank you, Egna. When the black dollar circulates longer, it strengthens our. It's right. It's when the black dollar circulates in the black community longer, it strengthens our community, our schools, our everything. Right. So if now who even when it comes to public transportation, like it did pre-civil rights era, you having to sit in the back of the bus and you go, I want to do something like that. What you do? You refuse to do that. That we had black-owned buses, black-owned cab service, everything that they had, we had in our communities. Why not go back to that? So if they're going to want to enact some kind of Jim Crow 2.0 in this country, I don't see it as a bad thing. Because if you don't want to fool with me, honey, I sure don't want to fool with you. Okay? I can take my black dollars and pour them into my own community. All right? I can take my banking to a black-owned bank. You see, we got an opportunity now where somebody is trying to hurt our community, but it could reverberate and turn around and help our community, build our community once again, because we once had a strong community. I am not blaming Dr. King and all the other freedom fighters for fighting for our civil and human rights. It had to be done. But because it was done, we are so much more savvy as a people these days, especially when it comes to young people. They can build our whole community from the ground up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, pivot. So let them do the segregation thing. Let them do it. Then we would be forced to build our own again. So okay, no problem. See, I don't have I think it could be a good thing. Okay, because I don't think the white man's ice is cold. Okay, I think my ice is cold. All right. But we are, like I said, our people are more. They are smarter now. They are more savvy about the way that they do things these days. These are not days of old. So if you want to try something like reinstituting a Jim Crow 2.0, do it. Go ahead and do it. When it comes to our kids, if you don't want to have Anglo teachers, they don't want to be teaching in our schools, fine. Because it can be a rise in black teachers again. Okay? And our predominantly black schools are possibly all black schools. Again, I don't see it as a bad thing. Like I really don't. But they mean it to be bad. I see it as an opportunity to grow our communities again. That's how I see it. And some people might feel a way about it. I don't feel a way about it. Because like I said, if you don't want me spending my money in your store, honey, then I don't want to spend it. I'm not going to cry because I can't give you my money and you don't appreciate it. I'm going to take my dollars somewhere they're going to be appreciated. Okay? And this can absolutely be done because it's been done before, but this time it can be done on a grander scale and it can be better protected. Okay? We got all kind of black people that's proficient in all types of defense. Okay? So bring that knowledge back to your own community. That's what I think about resegregation. You got an opportunity to rebuild. That's how I see it. Because I'm not gonna be crying cause you want to enact some kind of segregation in some kind of restaurant or some kind of a higher learning facility or educational system. No, I'm simply gonna make it work. I'm simply gonna make it work to my community's advantage. Them colonizers will buy black biz out as soon as our businesses become not unless if you allow it, then yes. But if they are wanting to segregate themselves from you, then why would they be even interested? Why would they be even interested? Why would you even allow it? Because see, they didn't buy our black businesses out before. Our business those businesses started going away because of integration. And people don't realize that part of integration was to get your black dollars. These businesses, these bus businesses stuff, and started thinking like, hey, if these N-words, these Negroes want to give me their money, I still don't like them, but I take their money. Because that is the way that it was Lynn LBJ presented it to a lot of non-black America. They still don't like you, but they'll take your money. So I think it comes a time. I want it to become a time again when we are forced to deal with one another. Because I don't think a lot of people are going to stand for being treated the way that our elders were treated. I know I'm not. So that's the way I think about it. Yeah. Why do you want to come in my community and buy out my businesses? Why would I even allow it if you don't respect my black dollars? You don't respect me, so you don't respect my money. WJ and BT, Jeff Dam, all sold out. Yeah, they all sold out. But see, they weren't what was going on then with them storylines. It's not what's going on now. It's different. Can you see what's really going on? Can you see what 47 is doing? Him and what's his name? Musk. Is that his name? Yeah. Elon up there. It's so much propaganda. It's so much stuff being hidden to the public. Do you know that they are people are protesting all over this country? The Anglos are protesting against what Trump and Musk are doing, but y'all wanted him in office. And now you realize you're getting the raw end of the stick, but you wanted him in, remember? Because he was going to make America great again. He's going to make America white again. And now you realize you're getting the raw end of the stick. So now you out protesting. You setting Teslas on fire. You're doing all of this and all of that. And the news is barely talking about it. Because now you realize you got a raw deal. And when it comes to them black Trump supporters, oh, what did you think was going to happen? Huh? But now you're getting a reality check. You're getting it slapped out in your face. Resegregation. And everything else that he's trying to do. DEI rollback. All of that. So you're going to be forced to deal with your own people. Okay? Because at the end of the day, we know how to survive. It's in our DNA. You just have to remember it. But I think that we could be a more, even more productive black community if we chose to rebuild it. It could be more productive because we are more tech savvy and we have more black people with money that were willing to be willing to back these black businesses like black banks and things of that nature. You know, whites have made blacks billionaires. Oprah and Jay-Z ain't trying to start over again via Trump. We'll see. Well, they are not only the black billionaires, the Oprahs and the Jay-Z's, the entertainers. They're not the only black billionaires. Absolutely not. You're taking people's job, money, and livelihood. What they expect? Yeah, that's what they're doing. Taking their livelihood away from them. But that's what they wanted, right? So when you was black and you was telling your people not to vote, or you was black and you was telling your people to vote for Trump, how you feel now? Huh? Why do you think the Cheeto came back this time with such a because he had a better plan this time, Edna. He had a more structured plan. He told folks what he was gonna do with the 2020, what was it, the 2025 agenda? What was it? What is it? I forgot the name of it. But anyway, he told folks what he was gonna do. I guess the Anglos thought he wasn't talking about them. They thought that it was gonna benefit them, but it's not. And why do you think that Musk is up there with all these contracts? Because he wants to, bring in AI to replace these federal workers. He don't want. They was thinking that they was going those jobs that the federal employees were fired from. They were going to be replaced by other Anglos that supported Trump. No, honey, those jobs are want to be replaced by AI or just done away with it all, or done away with altogether. I still think STR was a huge thing. I don't know what that means, Quiz Liz. But and now wildfires burning in NC. Where they went and put all that underground. I don't understand. He said he can control it from his phone. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But people are going to rebel. So this Starlink. Okay, right. Okay. What he gave to what's his name over there? He gave that technology to what's his name? Zelensky. Congress is crazy if they legally allow Trump to create a dictatorship. It's looking like they don't have no choice because he's doing what he want to do. He don't care what the court is saying. He's just going on and doing it anyway. Now, he done told these people ahead of time before he was elected that he want to be king. He wants to be a dictator. He looks up to people like Putin. So what did they think was going to happen? Don't worry about it. Nobody want nothing to do with Oprah. Where are those girls? I don't even know why we're talking about Oprah. I'm not even talking about Oprah. Okay, that's not the point. The point is Jim Crow 2.0. That's the point, John. That's the point. The point is, I don't think that segregation has to be a bad thing when it comes to the black community. I think we have a wonderful opportunity to reestablish progressive communities. But this time, these Wall Streets will be different because they'll be better fortified and better protected. That's what I think. That's my opinion. I don't think that, see, like I said before, when they were uh uh so worried about a whole lot of things going wrong with this community, one thing that they forgot to do was make these young people fear them, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake for them, not for us. Because a lot of people used to live in fear pre-civil rights era. Not now, not these days. Mm-mm. So it won't be that. Did Congress vote Eli? No, he ain't. For what? Why he had such a big role? But what? Because Trump gave him. Trump gave it to him. He got such a big role. He paid for that spot. He's still paying for it. If he was appointed by Trump. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. So the reason why I want to talk about segregation or resegregation and DEI being rolled back, I really don't think it has to be a bad thing. Like, I really don't. In my opinion, it don't have to be a bad thing. Mm-mm. I think we got a wonderful opportunity to rebuild our communities. I really do. And that's what I want to say about that. But anyway, I just want to give you guys something to think about. I want to give you guys my take on it. You know, and like I said, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to choose whether you want to or not. You can choose to be subservient to a group of people that don't respect you at all and want to keep you in a subservient role. Okay, or you can choose to stand on your own 2 feet and rebuild your own community. And I'm talking about businesses, schools, and all. So it doesn't have to be what is meant for evil can be turned around for good, right? What that song say? What the devil meant for evil, God turn it around for good. Turn around, turn around, turn around. That's how I see it. You know. Um, I know the point. Someone said something, and okay, no problem, no problem, Joan, no problem, no problem. Yeah. But Oprah ain't the only black billionaire around here. There are a lot of black billionaire businessmen, in my opinion, that would help rebuild our community. Not just entertainers, like Oprah or Jay-Z or something like that. You know what I mean? We even have a couple of, 0.1 percenters right now. I don't know if they would be interested in helping rebuild our community since their generational wealth was garnered by slavery. Okay. And so, yeah. But anyway, that's a conversation for other days. But I don't want nobody looking at it as a negative. If you don't want to take my money and you don't want to treat me the way that you treating another whole race of people, then I don't want to do business with you anyway. Okay? Child. If this segregation idea goes down, we're gonna need a Black Panther army as police. Hey, like I say, our people are a lot are not as fearful as they were once because they didn't know any better, because they had been beat down for centuries. We are not in that train of thought anymore. We need folks that specialize and we have those people. We have those people that specialize in agriculture, science, tech. We have everything, all the learning and we have architects. Everything that they got over there, we got over here. And and then eventually, if you want to survive, you're gonna have to learn to work together on the same page because we've seen it before. It's been done before in our black communities. It can be done better again. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Storylines, it's been done before. We didn't have a choice then but to stick together. We're not going to have a choice now. Black people did it all first anyway. Eventually, exactly. Every type of technology that they can build over there, we have educate, our own people educated in the same things that they are educated in. You know, and like I said, I think it can be restructured better, protected better, maintained better. And so that's why, I don't worry about no type of resegregation or Jim Crow 2.0, right? So, cause like I said, if you don't want to deal with me, I don't want to deal with you anyway. And half the time, I don't want to deal with you first. Okay, that's my mentality. So that's just me. But that's just something to think about. I don't want anybody, being fearful of Jim Crow 2.0. You know what I mean? Because we are a different people in 2025 as opposed to 1950 or 60. We are totally different people with a totally different mindset. You know, that's just how I feel about it. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you guys. Oh Lord, I didn't even realize it was this late. But thank y'all so much for joining me. I really want to come on here and talk about some things today. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you came in late, please be part of the replay game. Y'all, please check out. Yeah, I'm sorry. Check out my product tag bag. Okay, I got some good munchables in my product tag bag because this past weekend I watched a whole lot of movies and ate a whole lot of munchables. Okay. Thank you, storyline. We have been brainwashed into reproducing with them, not necessarily and unifying with them. But we'll see. We gotta unlearn what we've been. You're absolutely right, storylines. Yeah, when it comes to a lot of people, you know, when it comes to a lot of people, because a lot of people still think the white man's ice is colder, but a lot of people don't, especially our young people. You know, and brainwash can be undone real fast when you get a reality check, okay? When the reality of the situation sets in, uh-huh, that's your reality check. That's your N-word wake-up call, okay? So when you get your calling card, your N-word wake-up call, you know, I think the brainwashing will be undone. That's just how I feel about it, So, yeah. But you always gonna have the outliers, you know what I mean? And that's fine. Can't save everybody. You can't save something that don't want to be saved. You can't save nothing that don't even think it need to be saved, you know. But for those willing to rebuild their own communities because of some nonsense that 47 got in his mind, they can't put you back into a servant class unless you allow it. Now I don't know about y'all, but I would never allow something like that. Even think of entertaining something like it's ridiculous to me. Uh-uh. And I don't think a lot of people will. Honestly, I don't think a lot of melanated people will, in my opinion. But time is going to tell, you know. But I can't see a lot of melanated people bowing and scraping. Okay, cleaning people's homes and being butlers and maids and all this and all that. Child, child. Can you imagine your young I can't. Nope. I don't see it. Mm-mm. But anyway, that's all I got. Like I said, I'm gonna get off here. If you came in late, please be part of the replay game. Child, we talked about a whole lot of things today. It was a good live. It was long. Please be part of the replay game so you'll find something that you like in this video, in my opinion, because we went over a myriad of subjects. And I'm happy about that. Y'all check out my product tag bag. It's got a whole lot of junk food in it, okay? Period. Okay? If you see something you like, click on it. All right? Click on it. But anyway, I love you guys in the way that Christ loves you. Thanks for joining me. And I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Peace.